right. Hello and welcome back. We are the Rollets of Fate, and today we are playing our modified version of Curse of Strahd, dining in Barovia. Oh, oh, oh.
Barovia,
We'll be back there.
Barovia, Barovia.
Oh my god.
Barovia.
Oh my god, it's like a
Bravo!
You know what? That actually deserves a D12. That was really, really good. Thank you, guys. D12 inspiration for everyone. Yay! um, as you all know, I am Cisco Blanco. I will go around this way based on what keeps happening, as we cannot get it right. So I'll just introduce myself and leave it to you guys. So I'm your Tail Weaver and Chaos Coordinator, and I will be playing all the NPCs and everyone in the world. But the important ones are all here. So please, guys, don't you introduce yourselves and your character, starting with whoever wants.
Hi everyone, I'm Tom. I'm playing Sway Silverspear, and I'm a Phantom Rogue. I think that's a good finish. And I'm gonna pass it to Julia.
Changeling.
Changing whatever.
Thank you, Tom. Hi, everyone. I'm Yulia. I'm playing Saphira, who is a wait, I got confused. Wood elf moon druid, and yeah, excited to see what's next in the castle. And I will pass it to Barrett.
Hey y'all, I'm Bloodwick Turtle, a barbarian who used to like to kill but a bit softened up now. And I'll pass it on to Mo.
Thank you very much, Baz. Hi, my name is Mo. I play Cabal, the Blood Hunter Goliath. Currently, we are traversing this maze of a place. God knows where we're going to end up next. Already down once from last game, so hopefully not going to be down again this game. But I'm also playing Rill, so hopefully that should be something, I guess. We'll find out. And yeah, I'll pass it back to the DM, unless he wants to pass it back to me.
Yeah, please. You might just
Okay.
take the announcements and the celebrations.
No
from there.
worries. Okay, I'll continue talking. Right, announcements. If you're new to the stream, haven't watched any of our previous episodes before for this campaign, our Tuesday campaign, Candlekeep Mysteries, or our Wednesday campaign, Eye of Observation, or one shots, you can find them all on our YouTube channel at Rollers of Fate D&D. Please let your friends and family know where to find us. Follow, subscribe, and join in with the stories for these three campaigns and our other stories too. If you have want to send us any messages or fan art or anything like that, please send it to at rollersoffatednd@gmail.com. And we have a Twitter channel which is at FateDND, where you can catch up to date news and other D&D related news too. And yeah, finally, this place is quite gory and can be quite disturbing. So please, if there's anything that you don't like, please step away and come back, and hopefully we moved on by then. So viewer discretion is advised. And I'll back it back to you, Cisco.
Yeah, just one last thing. Happy Pride as well. It's Pride Month, so we're all still celebrating. And yeah, thank you for you guys for introducing yourselves, and thanks to all of you for playing with me today, and to everyone who is tuning in from home as well. Please make yourselves cozy and comfortable as we are about to dive into the mists of Ravenloft. Frozen in Castle Avernus, part 3 of 5, hopefully. Long reigned the Lich King, the one and only Azdalin. On the gallows, Firan beheaded his only son. Regret came once it was done. This harness beckoned the powers of darkness. All right. Previously, the Outsiders, thank you, sir, ended Strahd and captured his soul in a relic retrieved from the past. The timeline was fractured in the process and rectified afterwards. Now our heroes have traveled to Darkon to stop the destruction brought by a golden star that appeared on the domains of Dread and Aura, coinciding with Azalin Rex's escape. This star absorbs the souls of the departed, turning them into zombies. After defeating Blinsky, acquiring the Oathbreaker Helm, and confronting Vecna's undead servants in the Vault of Aura, the group and their allies returned to the now blooming Moaning Valley, soon realizing that a month had passed in Darkon and the Golden Star of Doom had multiplied in size. Guided by the resurrected Forest Master and the purified Chewinga spirits, the party arrived to Castle Avernus' outer walls, in gas form swiftly, spotting the 3 lieutenant guardians from the air unseen. As agreed, the unicorn and his companions distracted the guardians while our heroes fought the cold-like walkers' hordes and were tossed through the magical shroud by the cannon-armed juggernaut, until everyone reunited inside in the room of necromancy, where weeping abominations kept attacking our heroes until the arcane sigil was dispelled. Upon entering the ethereal gate in the Hall of Names, the outsiders forgot everything except their name, encountering there a gigantic magical tome, a rainbow quill, and a mischievous and unhelpful ghost librarian. Yet, despite the dangerous scenario, with teamwork, patience, and wit, the memory loss was reverted, and all note was acquired, the ghost vanished, and the next gate found. Inside the room of transmutation, after helping the encaged creatures and dealing with the polymorphing locks, amidst the loose papers and the dragon eggshells that were also taken, an ancient ritual was found and used to revert the hostages back into their original form. But the silent halfling true form turned out to be a cursed abomination hungry for blood. And this is where our story continues tonight. You are in Darkon, the jewel of the domains of Dread. From the outside view, under the golden glow of a massive star, now above it, but even closer than before, as our heroes are unaware that the star is getting closer and closer towards the castle. Mirroring a previous destruction in a torrent of otherworldly flames, you see now the chambers and crypts are frozen in time, suspended in disjointed sections glued together by a glacial mist shroud. Yet when you focus in a point, it becomes completely opaque, a memory of a surreal dark magic that is still woven into the fractured fortress. After you kill the Demogorgon, the ethereal gate opened, and now you all find yourselves looking upon a throne room. In there, I'll give you a description. You see an enormous room open before you, stretching well over 100 feet from end to end. The ceiling is higher than the tallest tree you've ever seen. The walls are layered with gold, fine filigree, and delicate paintings. Rich tapestries hangs from the wall, and on the far end of the room you see what it appears to be a red velvet curtain. There, kind of like on the back, on the front of this curtain, you see a monolithic throne. The chair itself is slightly raised, and as if he was on a stage. You see there a giant man, huge in size. He has silver inlaid rubies and sapphires on his beautiful red gowns. And as you look at him properly, you notice he's wearing a crown on his head. beautiful crown with a single gem on it. You see his gold cape and trim black, red and black shrouds. And you notice, or you imagine, you've never seen a Salin Rex for real, but this is what you will imagine him to look like. So I'll give you the room as you are there staring towards this ghost or whatever that is sitting on a throne room, in the throne.
Question:
I'll
What
give you
do
a
we
map as well. Mhm.
what do we need to do with the blood? Is it we need to put it somewhere, right?
You are aware that you need to actually put it on the altar. You aren't sure where the altar is. The closest clue you have is bedroom. The Darkalos told Real before you guys went into Darkon, the bedroom. So you think it could be a chapel is in the bedroom? Doesn't really make sense, but you're looking for a church or a chapel of some kind where you can pour the blood on the altar. Mm-hmm.
Would we kind of know who it is? Like a history check or something, or we know
Yeah,
actually?
all of you actually, without making a history check, you could all assume this is definitely a lich. You could assume it doesn't look like Extra Thunder. He's different. So you aren't sure who it is, but he looks like Asalin Rex to you.
Real is going to be like.
I'll move the map more. Let me see. Can you guys see it actually? Now that I moved it. Okay.
That excuse me, I think you're sitting on my chair. Well, says Real.
He raises a hand slowly.
I will
and
break your
hear
finger if you point that finger at me.
And you hear a cruel laugh. I need all of you, actually. Forget Lilith. Please roll a fate roll.
A fate roll.
D20, actually. The lowest number is gonna get something. Gonna get a surprise.
Oh dear.
I wish
As you
Neil was
see,
here.
yeah, as you see for a second that this wizardy kind of evil creature starts to cast something.
He's casting a spell?
Yeah. Well, you aren't sure. You can make an Arcana check, Real. Okay. It seems to be. It's not really. I don't know. It's a bit confusing. It seems that there is a spell happening, but you aren't sure whether it comes from him.
Can it be counterspell?
You think, as it's not coming from him, it cannot be. But the spell itself, it doesn't seem a very harmful spell. With those rolls, what did you get more? Yeah, no worries. I'll give you more information, potentially. Okay.
So I got a 2. Cabal got the low. No, wait. Real got the lowest.
Okay. All right. 1 second. Okay. You Real, as you realize what is hitting you seems to be some kind of necromancy a spell of some sort. Actually, what is Real got? A 2. Okay. Out of the sudden, as Real is staring into this, you feel this necromantic magic taking over you, Real. Your memory goes blank, your mind goes blank. You feel like life is leaving your body, and you see Real collapses on the floor. He goes to 0 HP as well. He seems to be. You see him like collapsing, like literally, and then the The creature laughs even louder. Ha 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 ha! You see, you fool. Who wants to be next to die? He said.
Can I rush over to Real and do a medicine check? Is
Please.
he down, or?
Yeah, make a medicine check. As you feel his pulse, without having to make a medicine check, he's not breathing. However, you know that Real's nature has changed, so potentially that should not be that much of a concern. However, when you do the medicine check, Real is dead.
Dead, or he can be
Dead.
healed and he'll be fine dead?
Dead, like dead. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, Cabal's just gonna go. He's gonna look at Real, then he's just gonna take out his glaive and start heading towards this guy.
Okay. Let's do it. We don't need to roll initiative. But Cabal, you take your glaive and get ready to run. What about the rest of you? Saphira, what do you do? And Bloodwick and Sway.
I try to
wanna
stop Cabal and just say,
say
what are
I'll
you doing?
Okay, so you will try to stop Cabal. What about you, Julia? Saphira?
I would call Lilith over for help.
Okay.
But can she help
Perfect.
right now?
Okay, let's say that Lilith will make a religion check. That will be her thing, her action. What about you, Bloodwick?
I'm doing what Cabal's doing, taking out my great axe and start raging.
All right. So Swain, as you see both of them, you realize it's not going to be easy for you to stop both of them. As you see them kind of charging, you could try to potentially grapple Cabal or try to persuade Cabal or role play it out. So you go first, Sway, as you are stopping them. What do you do? Or attempting to?
I'm just gonna shout at them, what are you doing? We didn't come to fight here.
Well, clearly this one
Just
did.
stop.
Can you not see Real is dead?
But
Or should we just stand here and accept our fate?
it was Real's fault. Real started to attack him, didn't he?
Real didn't do anything apart from speak. You can sit back if you want, like a coward.
It's not about that.
I'm going
but
in.
This is not our house. This is not our house. So perhaps we should try to respect whoever is this king.
You can respect him if you want. He doesn't deserve my respect. And then I'll just
He kind of laughs again.
I'll run in.
Okay. Saphira, apart from calling Lilith, anything else you're doing?
I'm not sure. So I would know after doing that healing won't help him?
Lilith will say to you, he's dead, Saphira, but there is something weird going on. I don't understand.
I mean, he's already dead.
No, not that. It seems like he's dead, but he's not. But I cannot figure it out. With a 25 religion check, she had a message from her god telling her that. Carsus said to her that he's dead, but he's not dead at the same time. You
So
also
what
know
can we
that
do
when
to
people
help him?
die, I'm not sure, but Lilith will say, but if he was dead, he would have turned into a zombie straight away and attacked us. And that has not happened. As you all of us will turn into zombies. The creature laughs again while you're having this conversation. So the two of you, go ahead and move forward. You will have to dash, so on this turn you won't be able to get to him. I know the room seems quite small, but I describe it's 120 feet in total, you know, in length and diameter. I just cannot fit it on this map, you know, to make it that long. So, but let's just say that each square is like, what is your movement, guys? So imagine it's 100 feet there to him, you know. So that's what you have.
100,
40.
40, 80. I have 35. The dash is
So
70.
if you both dash, you could get to him on your next turn. Are you happy with that?
Sure.
Okay.
I'll
So
just move there. And
yeah,
then
yeah, that's good. Move halfway if you want. I know it seems a bit weird. I'm sorry for this with the map. I wasn't sure what was gonna happen here.
yeah,
All
that's
right.
fine.
So you see them both running Sway. Do you do anything as you see that Real is somehow dead?
I mean, I'm not a healer, but as I'm standing there, at least what I do, I take one of my healing arrows and I stab him. I don't know if it's gonna help him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
you
the idea,
stab
and
him. He doesn't react. However, roll the healing.
Okay. Where are the arrows? Yes.
Okay. Meantime, you see Saphira. Lilith starts saying, "I don't know. I'm not sure what to do, Saphira." Yes, it's good that he's dead, Claudio will say, right? That's what you wanted all along. He looks to you, Sway.
I'm sorry. I was looking for the. What he said?
That
I
you're
was looking
happy
for the
now that my mistress is dead. You wanted her dead for so long. And he looks to you as well, Bloodwick. Both of you hated her all along.
Mistress is dead.
What are you talking
What
about?
is he talking about?
You see that Claudio, when you say that, he kind of looks for a second and he. Never mind. Just got confused.
Inside check from
I
Cabal.
think he was talking about from Barovia. No, my uncle.
Was that a DM mistake or was that him
No.
actually?
Make an insight.
Yeah, okay.
Check.
Fair enough. Inside check. 21 from Cabal as he hears him say
You,
that.
for a second, you're doing it as well, yeah. For a second, as you look at Claudio, you kind of like think this. It sounds like Claudio, but what he's saying doesn't really make sense. So is he confused again? But then, as you both roll really high, the two of you who made the inside check, make a perception check too. Okay. Oh, okay. That's not. 15 for you.
Hmm.
And what is your perception, Cabal? Oh, 16 for Cabal. You are unaware, Sway, but you, Cabal, for a second, you see that a tiny fracture of his wing flickers. And for a second, that wing seems to have a tinge of indigo on it.
Indigo.
Yeah. But he is pink color. You know, it's just like a indigo color. You see it for a second and you think of that imp that you saw on the vision on Asalin's shoulder. It's the same. It was the same color.
Okay. How far is he from here?
Claudio?
Yeah.
Let's say as whatever your movement, 35 feet.
Hmm.
He looks at you intensely for a second and looks back towards Van Richten.
towards Van Richten.
Yeah. Van Richten kind of, you see his face like going like, what's going on? You know, like Van Richten makes this weird face as well as Claudia looks at him.
While he's looking at Van Richten, Cabal's going to change direction and sprint towards Claudia. And as I get into range, I'm gonna attack him.
Okay. All right. Make an attack roll. As that happening, Bloodwick, let's say you're next. What would you like to do? And we'll go again around one more time. You see Cabal just change directions and go to attack Claudia. So in
Yeah,
the meantime, you can attack.
I'll move forward.
Okay. You move forward, okay? So you get all the way to the Lich at this point. And once he's really close, you see he's fully corporeal. He's just the biggest, gigantic creature. He's like twice the size of a normal human. But he seems to be fully corporeal. You can go ahead and make some attack as well. The same with you, Cabal. Sway, what would you like to do? And Saphira, you see Cabal goes all the way towards Claudio and kind of like is about to hit Claudio. Saphira, what would you like to do, Sway? Oh, we cannot hear you, boss.
Afira, what's going on? I don't know what to do, and I'm gonna start actually running, and I would like to stumble Claudio before Cabal hits him, kind of to, like to get him out of the way before, like, as the Cabal is swinging or whatever at him. I would like to.
Okay. All right. So you could get there, but you will have to try to grapple Claudia, or move or shove Cabal out of the way. But your actions will trigger at the same time. So just wait 1 second. Don't do anything yet. What about you, Saphira?
She's just gonna shout, Cabal, what the hell are you doing? We need to attack the other creature. Find out what he did to Rill. And she says that she will cast Hold Person. Is it humanoid? It's considered humanoid, right?
Make a 1 second. History check at advantage.
History. Okay.
Yeah. Or religion, whichever one you prefer.
I'll do religion. Well, I've done it.
Okay. You think this is an undead. Undeads are not humanoids. They are undead. Undead itself is a creature type. Saphira will know that. But you could cast the whole person on everyone else if you wanted.
I don't.
Just say it.
I don't know what to do. Can I try? Oh god, I don't know.
Make a perception check, Saphira. As you look around the room, you still have the open ethereal gate there. That is kind of semi-translucent.
Okay. Yeah, 21.
You think through the reflection on the gate, you see what it seems to be a smaller creature the size of Claudio that is grabbing another creature, small creature, also the size of Claudio. One of them seems to be darker, one of them seems to be paler in color. And somehow you start to think perhaps the real Claudio didn't go through, and this Claudio is something else.
Okay.
Sway, make a dexterity check. Actually, roll a d20, Sway, add your dexterity. The same with you, Cabal, because your actions will happen at the same time. I know this is a bit unfair, Cabal, because I know he's got a higher dex, but just to roll, as we are not really doing initiative, just to keep it simpler.
Plus what?
Okay. Your dexterity is 6, right?
Yes.
Okay, so 7 plus 6 is 13. Cabal, roll a d20 and add your dex as well.
Oh.
Ooh, okay. So Cabal action goes first. As you try to stop him, Sway, you realize he's already hitting. So go ahead, Cabal, make your attack.
I already rolled to hit. I got a 25. Should I roll again?
No. If you already roll to hit and hit, yeah, roll damage. You see that they hit. Oh, the creature kind of like takes the damage. 17 points of slashing damage. However, as you hit him with a slicing damage, you think to yourself that he seems to be resistant to it. It doesn't do as much damage as it should. But in the moment you hit him, his color changed to indigo blue. And you realize this imp is full of tattoos as well. Some kind of weird tattoos, symbols and letters on a language.
What is this trickery? What did you do with Claudio?
He laughs, and let's say your action is still going. He seemed to be holding an action, so in the moment you hit him, he turns invisible.
Can I try hitting him again? In this case?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
With disadvantage, right?
Yeah. You see, poof, he puffs away and he vanishes. Well, he doesn't vanish; he turns invisible. You still know he's there, you know.
Actually, yeah, it makes sense. Okay, I'll just do it this way. Roll with disadvantage. Huh! Eek. That's gonna hurt.
Ooh, okay. Oh wow. Okay. At disadvantage, your lowest is a 14. Yeah. Oh, nice. Okay.
I'm going
Amazing.
to, as I hit him. This time, I'm gonna brand him as well, so I know exactly where he is. And I will use my brand of castigation on him.
There is no save for that, right?
No. I'll put it up. I'm just trying to get it there.
Yeah, no worries. You wanna do a third bonus attack too?
I can't see him, so I might as well do that. But first, I'm gonna just
Okay. So while you're doing that, Bloodwick, go ahead and make your attacks as well. Just display the attack and I'll do the damage. I'm doing in a paper.
Yes, I was waiting. So
Okay. As you hit with the Dark Crusher this creature, at that point you realize somehow that his form starts to dissipate and the axe goes through him as he vanishes. And he says as he leaves, just in the last second as you are hitting him once more, you hear him saying something aloud. He says, "Leave now before you all end up like your fake friend. You are against forces beyond yourselves." And he laughs and and kind of like you at that point think perhaps this was some kind of program illusion, but it's so real that it was completely indistinguishable from real flesh. And the creature disappears.
can I pee on the throne now? I'm marking my territory.
Yeah, you have another attack. Instead of your attack, you just pee on the fucking throne.
I'm marking my territory.
Be aware that the campaign might be quite gory.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. May I guess it's not hard for you. Actually, you know what? You're not raging, so it's okay. If you were raging, I will say make a dexterity check, but you're not raging.
I
It's
was
fine. You
raging.
pee. Oh, you are. So make a dexterity check to see how good you're peeing, because you are super angry at this point.
10.
Okay, sure. A little bit goes out, but you manage to kind of complete your task, and all the throne room is full of peace. And at that point, you realize that the actual throne room itself almost looks like inlaying diamonds, and so you are piecing over diamonds and fine red velvet.
Fine.
All right. Let's say that you are here next to the throne. If it's cool, I'll move you there because
Yeah.
it might make a difference. And then we go back to you, Sway, as you were Cabal. You tell me what your last damage was again, please. You didn't roll it.
Oh, it's with disadvantage.
24. Yeah.
Okay, so it's 24.
Disadvantage.
So it's a D4.
Wow, fucking hell. It was a natural 20 or 24. Okay, nice.
So 10 points of slashing damage.
Okay, give me 1 second.
I read. No, I don't know. I reroll 1 and 2. Double check. Class feature.
Yeah, he seems to be still invisible.
Is he making save concentration checks or anything like that?
You aren't sure. Out of game, yes. But Cabal doesn't even know what that is.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, actually, he will know that creatures normally, when they are under a spell, they are concentrating on it. So yeah, you think that potentially he could happen. Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna keep because I know the direction. Well, what does it say? Sorry. It says. You always know the direction of the branded creature as long as it's on the same plane as you. So I know exactly kind of the direction. So I'll stay towards him and stay close to him if he moves.
All right, amazing. Okay, cool. Sway, you see this? The creature turns invisible. You aren't sure because you don't see him turning indigo. Or on your mind, you know something is weird. Saphira, do you tell Sway what's going on? What you saw?
Yes. Yeah, I will tell him that's not Claudio and point to where I think he is, or I thought I saw him.
Yeah. And you also saw Sway as well. The illusion or whatever that was disappeared on this huge room where you are. So what would you like to do knowing this?
Okay, so as I almost stumbled over, and then I saw what Cabal did, and yes, Saphira told me. So then what's going on? What's going on? I'm so confused.
Help Claudio, and I point to where they are again.
I'm Claudio. Help me, he says, the little illusion, the invisible creature.
Okay,
next
so
to Cabal.
I rushed there.
I mean, you don't see
So
anything.
Oh no, I
let's see.
point at the door, behind the door, or where you said the two creatures are.
Yeah, the ethereal gate will be here, so
I
just
won't see
there
him
where
with
you
my what is it?
make a perception. Well, actually, you see the door open. You hear Saphira, so you know you could just enter the gate. You trust Saphira enough to know that even if you don't see it, you know she's got a better. She's more wise than you on that way, and her eyes seem to be acute to the forest and different things. So she's very perceptive.
Blind sense doesn't work on that.
I mean, you see through the ethereal portal. If you were to get closer, you could just make a perception check yourself.
Okay, so
if you want to trust your ally,
yeah,
she's saying that
course.
Claudio is there, so
Like here, yeah.
you could go through. Yeah. So you could go through if you wanted, or you could just try to do something from there. You see like an ethereal kind of like a blue kind of like a gate, and you can see semi-translucent. You see the figures and colors behind it. So what would you like to do? As you move there, you see what it seems to be. Do you want to go through, or do you want to make a perception check?
I'll go through.
Choices. Okay. as you go through, in the moment you enter, you see there what it seems to be a blue indigo imp full of weird. Do you speak Draconic?
No, I don't.
Okay, so a tattooed imp, blue indigo in color, grabbing Claudio by the neck and tried to kind of like hitting him at the same time and punching him. And you see that Claudio is kind of like freaking out, and they keep stinging each other, but you know that both of them are resistant, immune to poison, and they keep to firing things to each other. So you know the only way they can hurt each other is by punching each other, and not even that.
Okay,
But
okay.
they are in
Sounds
a
like
ruckus. Yeah.
battle for eternity, eh?
Yeah. You see the other imp, he's got these evil, really evil eyes. Like imagine a gremlin. He looks like a gremlin with wings, like an evil gremlin with wings.
Yeah, so as I rush in, if I see if I would be able to do it, I would, as running, I activate my sunblade and try to cut his hands off as he's strangling Claudio or something.
Claudio says, "Oh, Sway! I was trying to be off!" And you see the imp put the hands on Claudio's mouth again. So yeah, go ahead and make your attack.
There you go.
Okay, yeah. As you hit the imp with this damage, Claudio's there, your ally. He takes all this damage and he's like, "Oh!" And you hear you see the sun sword is seared his skin, and he's got like this huge scar along his face. And he says, "You piece of shit, I'm gonna kill you." And then he turns invisible and moves away. You can take an opportunity attack on him.
Okay. Where do you think you're going?
Okay. Oh wow. Okay. With a 34, you hit him again. This time it won't be a sneak attack, but as he takes 24 points of damage, you see, even though you don't see him, you see blood pouring down, and the imp, just whatever creature flies, storms off. Claudio punches him on the way out as well.
Grab him, Claudio, grab
and
him!
And you see his Claudio goes kind of like tries to go behind him, but then the imp starts flying up and stuff, and Claudio's there following him, and then out of the sudden, "I lost him," Claudio says. "He's gone through there." But you, as he points to you, you are back on the hall, on the room of transmutation. And where he's pointing, the imp is gone. You see a tiny hole, enough for a small creature to go in, like a rat or a mouse or a bird. Yeah, you do know that imp could transform.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Back in the room, Saphira, what would you like to do? You saw Sway going in the portal. You hear the conversation kind of like muffled, like, "Oh, and Claudio," and all is happening. And then as you focus on it, you see as well that something else going away. However, once more, Saphira, make another perception check.
Okay.
Okay. With a 32, you notice a tiny blue indigo spider just on the corner of the room behind the throne. And the way he's doing is moving the legs, like in a pattern. And as you are looking at it, you realize that he's actually trying to speak to you in Morse language. Make an insight check.
Okay.
Assuming you know some kind of like let's say that this is a thing, even though it's a bit
I would like to use my inspiration.
Okay, yeah, please go ahead. You either have a D12 that you could add to that, or okay, perfect, or your game, yeah. With your game inspiration, you realize he said, "Sorry about my evil brothers. come through here. I'm here to help you. And then you see the tiny spider kind of like goes through a wall. There is no way that the spider could go through there. And you see it vanishing through that wall here.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna let everyone know about the spider. And then ask about...
You still know there is another evil imp on the room. Are you sure you want to let everyone...
okay, so, okay.
Because he apologized
So I
about his
know
evil
the other-
brothers. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know
I
he's
know the
trying to
imp
help
is
you.
here.
Yeah, he's still here.
Okay.
But then you haven't heard him left. You know, Cabal is still engaged with him.
Okay, in that case, I'm gonna use my bonus action to wild shape into a dire wolf.
Okay, nice.
And
Got
as
it.
I do that, I'm gonna use my keen smell to locate, to see where the creature is.
Okay, amazing. This will be your last action. Is that okay, though? Because you
Oh,
had
yeah.
a couple of interactions.
Oh,
And
yeah,
okay.
that's fair.
Okay. So yeah, so make a perception check at advantage as you have your keen senses.
Do I keep my perception, the smell, same perception?
Yeah. With your wisdom, you retain your wisdom and your charisma and your intelligence, I believe.
It's
your
with
wild shapes.
advantage, so...
Mhm. Mhm. And you use your stats as well. So yeah. For these ones. Oh, fucking hell! Another one. Wow, it's like your third, no, or fourth. Okay. Yep. With your 32 perception check, you are sure he's still what it is. He hasn't left Cabal's reach yet. He's right in front of Cabal.
I'm just gonna growl at the imp.
Okay.
Kind of look at exactly where he is.
All right. You still have movement though.
Oh.
If you want to move as well.
Yes. I will just move here. Actually here. And try to block its way as much as I can. Would it be around this here?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Now will be the imp's turn. You will hear like a sound, and then even though you're invisible with your very keen senses, you hear what it seems to be some kind of a small bird, potentially a sparrow or something like that, flying up. He disengaged, it seems, as both of you try to hit. You see that he's disengaged. You have Sentinel, Cabal, that
I do.
overcomes disengage, right? So go ahead and make an attack at disadvantage.
Okie dokie. Disadvantage. Oh, let's try that again. Disadvantage. Ha! Eek! I will use my I have one inspiration. I'll use that and reroll one extra die.
If you wanna
With
use
disadvantage
your if you wanna use your inspiration, how did we say we're gonna be doing this? Actually, I forgot.
I think I reroll again with disadvantage.
Yeah, with disadvantage. Yeah, I think that's what we agree on.
Oh wow, double ones, nasty.
Okay, definitely escapes. Yeah, and you hear fluffing around, and at this point, Cabal, because you're Maledict, you know he's on the ceiling, kind of like flying higher and higher and higher, and then out of the sudden, you don't sense him anymore.
Why?
You make a perception check.
Because he teleported? Perception coming up. Because then if he did, then he has to make a save. 17?
As you look up, you see what it seems to be a tiny opening the size of like this, like like a ping pong ball, and he's gone through in there. You think, and normally you will be able to sense him, but at this point you start to think. His direction is that way, but you feel there is nothing that way. It's a very contradicting thing, and you start to think that is the magic of the castle. Even though you know roughly, unless you are really close to him, potentially on the same space, you won't know where he is on the castle. He's up.
Yeah. He still needs
He's
to
not
make a.
teleported.
He still needs to make a saving throw. Because if he tries to leave the current plane via ability spell or portal,
he's not. He's just
going
gone
through a
through
portal,
a hole he's gone through a hole on the wall. So there is no gate, there is no ethereal gate there. He's still within the castle. Imagine these rooms are fractured and there is mist in between, So he knows the way and he's going through to where he lives here,
Yeah, he can see it probably.
Yeah.
Understand,
it's not that he can see, but but if you look up yourselves, you see the roof of the room, you are enclosed.
I'm a bit confused. If he's not in the same, if I can't sense him anymore, he's moved to a different plane, right?
You think that the castle's magic is blocking your magic, in a way. You know that he's there, up there somewhere, but the rooms itself are rotating around. As you saw this structure, you are not in a normal room. You are in a place with hanging rooms on the nothingness that keep moving in this mist. So he's there somewhere, but he's moving around. And then you kind of lose the direction and notion of where he is. He's not teleported. Just imagine you're in a magical castle.
Did he go through? Question is, did he go through a portal or not?
No, he just went through a gap on the wall. You guys are using ethereal gates, but he seemed to be, the two of them that escape seem to be using tiny cracks that are too small for you to go through. That land into the mist, and then there is another room somewhere, past the mist, that they know where it is. So if you knew where everything is, then you could potentially turn into tiny creatures and do that too. But you will need to know where you are going.
So he's shapeshift into something else.
He's shapeshift into something really small and gone through. Imps can do that. It seems a bit weird. They seem to be slightly more powerful than Claudio, because that Claudio cannot normally do so many things like he did in one, So they seem to be higher power than Claudio. Doesn't surprise you, thinking that it's likely to be Asalin Rex imp.
Is Real awake now?
Plural now. Real Steam seems to be unconscious, like dead or whatever. Still the same. But let's move to Bloodwick, if you are okay with that, Cabal. Bloodwick, what would you like to do? As you see all that is happening around.
Yeah, once I've urinated everywhere, I'm gonna follow these guys to the gate.
Okay, perfect. You go through. You will have to dash all the way to get there. So you just like on the edge of it. Make a perception check. Or you're going to where Cabal is, actually?
No, I'll just stay where I am.
Okay. So go ahead and make a perception check if you want. You're trying to look through the opening gate to see. Okay. With a 15, as you look through, you actually see Sway there, what it seems to be Claudio. Sway, are you returning actually with Claudio? You see Claudio is heading forward too. So I guess if you're okay with that, Sway and Claudio just enter the room.
Yeah, so as we're passing, I just ask, are you okay? Are you injured?
He's asked that to you. To Claudio, are you asking? Or to
I'm
Bloodwick?
asking to Claudia as we leave in the room, as we're coming back.
No, I'm okay. Well, my neck is a bit painful, but out of the sudden, I saw these two imps and they grabbed me, and before I could do anything, one of them muffled me and kind of like took my place. I don't even know how that happened so quick. I never went through.
Yeah, no worries.
I'm sorry. Are you? Wow, real.
And he kind of like goes, have a look at real. Bloodwig, anything else from you?
No.
Okay. All right. Yeah, your sound is a bit hard to understand. Just say it again.
So yeah, I said I know myself.
Okay, perfect. Cool. So I'll leave you the room, guys. What would you like to do? Are you okay, Mo? Player Mo? You seem a bit wind up with the thing. Are you okay? You sure?
No,
I wanna
no, I'm
make
fine.
sure.
I'm fine. I was just a
Yeah,
bit confused.
sure.
I'm trying to figure it out. That's all it is.
Yeah, no, he I mean, you have the clues there. So he turned into an animal, went through. So he's just escaped through a hole. If that's okay. You sense he's up there somewhere, but the place where you are keeps rotating around, so it's hard to figure out where he is exactly. But he's not disappeared fully. Do you want to do something, Cabal? Yeah, I think it will be your turn now. Next.
I'll just see
Safira?
where Saphira was looking before and say, did you see something? Why do you keep looking towards that wall?
I guess at this point, do I drop it? Yeah, I'll just drop the wild shape. And kind of go closer to Cabal, Bloodwig, Sway, Claudio, and just whisper. I saw the little blue spider again. It told us to go through there and point at the wall. Behind the throne.
And we trust it?
I think so. I think...
Are you sure it's not the same imp that I just almost killed? It had the same color.
What do you
And
mean?
it disappeared in a small hole.
The imp was
The
on
imp
this
that-
side.
The
There
imp
were
that
2 imps.
impersonated Claudio, and then he tried to kill him.
Yeah, there was 2. They grabbed me together.
Spider said the imps are his brothers. Apologized for them.
Okay, so it's not the same. Okay.
So he's an imp as well.
You can all make an
Hydra.
insight check actually at this point. With this, as you kind of figure that out, you start to all your
Hydra
minds start to think for a second and try to
This is-
figure something out. If you know out of on character, you can also figure it out.
I don't know if it's related. Maybe it's a bit of a stretch, but didn't Azalin have 3 dragons? Could it be? Could it have something to do with the dragons?
I believe when Rill was with us, he did mention that when the ritual happened, Azalin, the dragons, and potentially this imp may have split into 3. It seems like there is always 2 evil and 1 good.
Yeah, that's the perfect. The 2 of you can take a point of inspiration for that deduction in and out of character. Because I didn't say anything, but you did a really high insight check and figured it out together somehow. So yep, take a point of inspiration each. So you think that there's potentially 3 imps, like Cabal said, 2 evil, 1 good. The same than Dark Colors. Well, neutral. They are. It's not good. It's neutral. You know? Normally, so it's 2 evil and 1 neutral. It's like Dark Colors is the neutral one of the Azalin clones, or potentially evil, something in between. Yeah.
We have to take Rill with us. We can't just leave his body there. Bloodwick, can you carry him for now? Until we find out what is actually going on.
Of course. Carry him. Pick him up.
And I guess we have no other choice. And then we follow the spider.
Yes.
What do you mean follow the spider?
How does Real look? Does he look fine? Does he look like he might decompose? Anything like that?
Make a nature check actually. It strikes you that there is no rigor mortis happening.
Okay.
That should have happened already, potentially. His color should have changed a little too, but nothing seems to be happening.
Can Cabal think about any magic that could basically be preventing, well, would mimic death?
Make let's see 1 second something. Yeah, all of you can make an Arcana check if you want
Alright.
to see if you know of any spell that may kind of like make someone appear dead. Saphira, you can make it an advantage
Okay.
because, well, I'll tell you later. Yeah, good route, Mo. Cabal.
I mean, I had that thought in the beginning, but I thought let me hold off because
Yeah.
let's see what happens.
Yeah. So your total roll is 20, Cabal, yeah? Sway 4, Bloodwick 4, Saphira, you did 2 at advantage, right? You rolled 2, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
15.
Yeah, yours is not enough. Even though it seems like you should know Saphira. Actually, you know what? You have the spell on your list, Saphira. 15 is enough for you. It's a spell you can actually cast, potentially. It's called Feign Death, and Cabal, you will figure that out with a 20 as well. You have heard of this spell. It's called Feign Death. For an hour, it makes a creature appear completely dead to any kind of inspection or spells or anything like that.
No,
But
you
in
guys don't know
reality,
anything.
it's
I
not
know,
dead.
I tell you. If you drink too much house spirit, homemade spirit, then it makes you appear dead. That's it. With my 4 Arcana.
Yeah.
Right.
I love that, yeah.
And Poppy tea.
I will make a note of that, Sway, and dismiss it immediately. I'll just throw a piece of paper in the back.
I can cast that spell too, Lilith will say. I think. She always got the same spells. I think.
Well, either we wait for this to wear off, thankful that he's still with us, or we could... Well, he's the only one that could dispel any magic around.
I mean, I could do it.
I think we should have him
Save
back.
our strength or do it now.
No, I think we need him now, because we do not know what or where we're going into.
Okay. In that case, I will cast Dispel Magic.
Okay. As you cast the spell magic, how does it look like? I know I never asked for this one, but what does happens when you cast the spell magic?
I guess what I would imagine is a light greenish energy kind of covers Real's body, and then it just kind of shoots up in a small ball just above my hand, and when I close my fist, it disappears.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, I love that. Yeah. And as that happens, you see this kind of like Real kind of out of the sudden, like almost like a vampire awakening from 100 years slumber, kind of like breathes and and he coughs like a dust, and you see like a puff of dust comes out of Real's mouth.
What happened? Huh? Oh, did I fall asleep again?
What
I was a bit
happened there?
tired.
You see Van Richten seems to be enthralled. So I
Just
want
had
you
a
guys
quick nap.
to do it.
Yeah, I just fell asleep. Damn it. You see that he was like lucid dreaming.
What did I miss?
Van Rectangles. I'm not actually sure. He looks at all of you. Real, asking that. So please.
You were influenced by some magic. You were overpowered by another spellcaster. You are therefore not the most powerful spellcaster here. You've been demoted.
Demoted, yeah.
Oh no, if Martin is watching.
And then Ro will just be like, it was just a lapse of concentration. Just anyway, I think you've dealt with whatever is meant to be here, right? So shall we move on? Oh, where are we going? Do I have to go sit on the throne? He starts moving towards the throne.
Perhaps wait, that was how it all started. Just calm down.
Make a perception check, Real, as you get close to the throne.
Please fail.
No, I'm thinking the same. Please fail.
No, 13.
Because he was dead, actually, at that point. Make a fate roll more, actually, just to see.
I mean,
'cause
I think he's just gonna go sit down, and he's gonna be like, "Why is this a little wet?"
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
never mind.
Actually, yeah, I think so. 13 is not really enough. It's a darkish room, like everything is like a velvet, so it's kind of absorbed all the pee. It's like a fucking cushion of pee. So in the moment he sits on it, like it's this kind of weird kind of like thing. Chill goes up his spine, like, and then the whole chair is like a sponge, like a. However, when he sits on the throne, he sees the room as he really is.
Ooh.
And he noticed the room is much, much smaller, dilapidated, disgustingly dirty, no jewels or gems or anything like that. And there is another room adjacent to it that is where the spider went through, instead of a wall there. And he says that. Yes, I'll show it to you, but only Real sees it at this point. But is this actually room up here? So this is how the actual place look like.
Oh.
Interesting. As he sits there, he's gonna say, "Rictavia, is there a cleaning
Yes.
service available in Darkon?"
Oh, definitely, yes, of course. Once we get once we get to my house, I could watch it for. I have a house here.
You think to yourself, Safira, you've been to his house. Even though he doesn't.
This place is very filthy, and I can't run a kingdom with this much mess around. So, whatever it takes, we need to do a tidy up of this place. But anyway, there's a room. He points just behind there. Let's go there. And he kind of gets up and starts walking towards there. He's going to.
Real. Your cape's all wet.
Yes, that undead creature was very sweaty. I'm just going to prestidigitation, cast prestidigitation on himself, and get rid of it. Yeah, there you go, all clean.
Yeah, and it looks pristine and beautiful. What is actually, this is quite important. What are you all wearing, actually? Before you go into the next room, actually. What is each of you wearing? If we can quickly go through that 1 second. So let's start with you, Sway, maybe.
Okay, Sway is wearing his classic, like a black leather, roguish kind of light armor.
Okay. Would you say that looking at you, you look like an adventurer, right?
I mean, it's
Sleek.
fancy, yeah, but it's not like a
not like a cheapskate, but like a refined adventurer, right?
Yeah.
But still, you have a huge sword, right? The sun sword is actually the sun sword is only a heal unless you
Yeah, it's only
activate
heal.
it.
It's only
Do
heal.
you have your bow behind your
The
back?
crossbow is
The crossbow.
it's small. It's
Okay.
a
All right.
one-hand crossbow.
And then you have daggers as well, or any other visible weapon? Well, the sun sword, as we said, is not really visible unless you activate it. Any
I guess
other
I do have.
visible weapons?
I'm sure I have dagger. It's like everyone would carry
Okay.
dagger, I guess.
All
At
right.
least also. Okay.
Okay. What about you, baby Bloodwick? How does Bloodwick? What is Bloodwick wearing? And these weapons, how big and how concealed they are?
Roderick's not really wearing much. He's just got the hard shell one at the back. And his weapons are tucked in between his shell and his skin.
Okay.
But he's got a
Ooh.
bandana on for the time being.
Yeah. The thing is that your dust crusher is quite large, so that one you won't be able to really conceal, but it's there. Large one. But then I remember you being wearing like nice clothes, yeah, like sway style, like leathers and kind of like nice,
Yeah,
lordish, or not really.
not really, not anymore.
Okay. Would you say you look like an adventurer?
I look like a barbarian.
Okay, yeah. So that's awesome. Cool. What about you, Cabal and Real and Safira? Whoever wants to go, whichever order.
Wanna go first, Sophia?
Yeah, sure. She's just wearing simple leather armor, dark brown and green colors, and then the cloak over it, and she has her staff in her hand.
Okay. I guess you look like a druid, kind of, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
more or less,
Sure.
yeah.
More or less. Cool. All right. Cabal and Real.
Well,
Oh,
Cabal,
actually, just one last question. You have your staff, right? Where will you have your staff, Safira? The ivory.
It would
kind
be
of
in
like-
my hand at the moment.
Okay. Cool. Perfect. Go on now, Mr. Cabal, Real.
Cabal's gonna look like a Goliath Van Helsing with his weapon still in his hand, moving in with his like long coat. Yeah, kind of like that. And Real, he's going to obviously with his kind of bluish robes and a kind of. I think he's got like a scarf or a cape around his kind of neck, but as he kind of steps off the throne and does the prestidigitation, his crown, he kind of tilts it a little bit to the side and then he walks forward.
Okay. Amazing. Okay. As you all start looking at the room, eventually, as long as Real sitting on the throne, after a few minutes, you all start to see as well how the place truly is. And then you see that there is a room there open, and inside that room is seems to be some kind of waiting, like a waiting sofas and stuff. It's quite dilapidated as well. Doesn't seem to be anything of interest. But on the corner, you see another blue ethereal gate.
Which steps through. But Cabal, just a quick thing. If that other imp returns back into the same vicinity as me, then I
You
will
will feel him, yeah.
I will still feel him unless he's dispelled it somehow. But he will need to
Yeah.
make a check for that. Or
Yeah, don't worry.
Um,
I'll keep that in mind. Definitely.
Can Saphira make a perception check to look for the spider?
Yeah, of course. Make another perception check. Tell me what you roll, please.
22.
22. You don't see the spider, but you see a note written on the table, like a little paper, like a hand note.
Okay.
As
I
you
will look
approach
at
it, Yeah. It says, I am Skivers 1. I'm here to help you. I look forward to potentially join you one day. I heard good things about you, and I look forward to meet Claudia.
Did he say skivers once?
Skivers 1.
Okay.
I'll write it down there. Not I always said an S at the end is no S. Skiver. I like
Okay.
skivers more, but yeah, skiver. The skiver 1.
Skeever.
I'll show the note to everyone.
Hmm.
Skiver 1.
What does he mean? What do you mean he's looking for? Why will he want to meet me?
Claudia.
Is he named Skiver the First?
I don't know. I mean, it says Skivers 1. He's missing the ST.
Hmm. He was probably in a hurry.
Perhaps he has some feelings towards you. Maybe he wants to get to know you as a friend.
I mean, do you think people know about me? How can they?
What do you mean?
I'm a nobody, you know? I'm just an imp who's trying to save the world with you.
Well, that does not make you a nobody.
If we are famous, you are famous with us.
I mean, let's not push it too far, Sway. No one's ever gonna know
Just
we did this.
shut up.
You see Claudio kind of like got this smile. He kind of like touches his tattoo on his forearm of Karsus, you know?
Real says, well, if you need any points in dating, I've been on quite a lot of dates.
Oh, I mean, my garden is very.
He kind of like awkwardly, he's gonna say something, but he stops himself.
Anyway,
What do we see? What do we see in the room?
On the room where you are, the ethereal. Do you want to go through the ethereal gate? Otherwise, let me describe for you. On the room where you just living, the waiting room, you just see divans, chairs, ornate, double doors, like furniture, teas on the corner, but nothing of interest. But if you want to go through the ethereal gate, I will. On the
Tell
next room.
tell us, DM. What do we see through the ethereal gate?
Okay. As you peer through for a second, you hear music. That's the first thing. What it seems to be a waltzy kind of music once more. Like it's some kind of party going on there. Do you all enter?
Can we see anything through? Are there other creatures, people?
Before you enter, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah, you see what it seems to be quite a lot of people.
What are they doing?
They seem to be dancing.
Oh, not this again.
No, it's never too late to have a short dance. It's good for your bones. Don't be like this.
I mean, you were not there, Sway, but one of our fellow companions, Scratch. He was, yes, when we were in, I was going to say Darkon, but we were in, what's the place called again?
Barovia?
No, the other place.
Diminliu.
Yes.
Yeah.
We had to go to a ball and learn a new dance and whatnot.
Actually, that's something to remember. All of you out of game, if you ever do a dance, all of you should do it with advantage checks. I keep forgetting because you all been trained to do ball dance. So remember, if you ever need to check for dancing, you should all do it with advantage.
Is there a Barovian come dancing?
Yeah, Barovian come dance. You never know what is happening in Barovia? You're sure at this point, but I'm sure beautiful things await you.
All right.
Safira goes through. Do you,
Cabal
Safira?
and real. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So, Sway, Bloodwick, do you all enter?
Yeah,
Van
I'll,
Richten
moon,
follow.
I'll moonwalk in.
Okay, you walk in as well, yeah?
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right, 1 second. Let me first move your icons just to make it more interesting. Then I'll describe the room. Actually, then I'll open the room first because it's a lot of things. 1 sec. Yeah, okay. Here, open up.
Okay.
And I'll shift it so it makes it easier. Oh, you got it more, yeah? Okay. Oh, cool. So now I'll read to you. So you see what is appears to be a beautiful ballroom. In there, you see what it seems to be a lot of guests. There is many more than what you see there. There is around 100 guests in total. They all seem to be dancing. There is a beautiful, huge plasma lamp that is like the center of the room. Imagine like the old-style plasma lamps that the little ones have around when we were whatever. But this one is like maybe 1 meter or 2 meters in diameter, you know, so it's like 6 feet or more, the size of a large humanoid.
Wait, is that one of those like electricity thing ones?
Yeah.
Or,
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah, and it's like it seems to be inside, it seems to be inactive. It's not actually doing anything. That's the weird part of it. But it's like a plasma lamp. It's like the electricity, the one that you touch static, like the one you put the hand and the electricity goes up to you, kind of thing, like a Lovecraftian Victorian kind of thing. There is food around, beautiful marble floor. The place is impeccable. You hear an orchestra playing as well, but you don't see any orchestra around at the moment. And the people seem to be dancing. They are holding these colorful cocktails. You see a bar at the very end of the place as well. And people are just dancing. You see that 100 people looked at you in the moment you enter, and only for a second, and they all turn the gaze like, oh, kind of face. Only one of the person, this woman, pompous woman, looks at Real and kind of like stares at him, blank into his eyes. Because you gather potentially he's the one that looks less like an adventurer, like a noble, potentially. But then after a few seconds, she kind of diverted again.
What's the
music is playing, da, 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 and they all like dancing, like ball dancing.
what's this flame thing, or is that just on the map?
That flame thing will be. That is. Make a perception check, actually.
Okay, I'll do that.
All of you can do a perception check, actually, if you want to figure out where the music come from. Oh, nice, Bloodwick. And you're missing Sway. Perception check, Sway. Tom? You there? Tom?
Hello, can you hear me?
Now we do, yeah.
Okay.
Please roll a perception check as well, if you are
Mhm.
interested to find out where the music come from.
Yeah, of course. Perception. 24.
Okay. I will say that this time Bloodwick noticed before you do. Bloodwick, you realize there is an upside down floor as well. As you look on the ceiling, you notice there is an orchestra playing on the ceiling, but they are upside down and floating like if there was gravity on that top part. Also in there, you see that there is some super
rich-looking nobles dressed in finest clothes, beautiful rings, gold chains, and they all seem to be holding cocktails as well around. With that 24, you notice they are holding this unusual red cocktail that they are drinking, but the glass content is not falling on you. So there seems to be some kind of gravity on that ceiling part, but you don't see any way to get there. You notice that sway too. Saphira and Real do. Let's say that all of you except Cabal in the beginning, but then eventually see everyone looking at Cabal. There is a upside down orchestra and some. There is less people. There is around 8 nobles there, and they are on the ceiling, as the room was upside down for them.
Real's gonna go to the outskirts to the wall and see if he can potentially start walking on the side to go up.
Okay. I'll say no check as you try. Real. Is not. Nothing is happening.
How do the people on the ceiling look like compared to the ones on the floor? In terms of how are they dressed? Do they look fancier or?
The ones on the floor, they all dress up like nobles, like a part of the lot. You know, like nice, fine, like wigs. You know, like imagine like a French kind of ball, and they are super over the top dressed. But the ones on the top of the ceiling, they look like they are like they are the super VIP. Yeah.
Okay. Sway.
You also notice everyone in the room where you are, each of them has a drink on the hand. There seems to be some kind of cocktail. Different colors, but everyone has a drink.
Okay.
I try and find a red cocktail.
Okay. As you look around, make a perception check. Again. You're looking on the bottom floor, yeah, where you are now.
Yeah, I want the same drink as the ones that they're drinking up at the top.
Okay. Make a perception check. With a 26, you focus and focus and focus. You see a purple cocktail, but there is no one drinking any red cocktails on the floor where you are. But you see a bar at the end. On the bar, there is a zombie dressed, clad like a barman, like perfectly suited and kind of completely rotten, decayed. But he's moving so fast that it looks like something out of a Matrix. He's like at super speed. You know, you don't even see his hands moving when he's making. He's like, like a blast of energy, pretty much.
I ask him, can you make me a red cocktail like the guys at the top?
He looks at you and he says with this arsehole, you notice at this point, this is when he's an asshole zombie. He says, I don't do cocktails for the entertainment. Now go and entertain our guest. What are you doing here? And you're not the spectacle. You are the show. Dance.
I chuck him 50 gold and be like, make me a cocktail now.
Okay, make a persuasion check at disadvantage. Actually, 50 gold, a persuasion check. Without the 50 gold, you wouldn't be making a persuasion check.
So you want me to do persuasion check, yeah?
Yeah, persuasion check, yeah. The regular one, not... Okay.
I add my D12.
All right. Okay, he looks at you and says... Fine, I won't do that one, but have a look at the menu. And he gives you a menu. What about the... Go on.
Is the red one on there?
Say it again.
Is a red cocktail on there?
You don't see the colors of the cocktails. There is juice. Let me just write it. Actually, yeah. I should have done this. Okay, it doesn't matter. So you guys got the colors of the cocktail here too.
I have a theory.
Yeah, you go, Cabal. Actually, you guys are there, so I'll leave you the room. The guy, you ask the guy, is it a cocktail, red cocktail here? He says no. The red cocktail is not for you. Again.
Perhaps we can make a red cocktail, says Real. He's gonna go to the bartender and then he's going to ask for a purple drink.
Oh, the zombie changes demeanor in the moment that Real arrives there. And he says, "Oh, can I help you, sir?" With this different French accent. Instead of still on the deep voice. Can I help you, sir? He says.
How can I attain one of those
This is the
special
cocktail.
drinks up at the top? What they're drinking up there.
What the final drop?
Yeah, so you have a final drop, juice of the veins, nunca libre, gold and deadly, Oerthian breeze, and lichis royale. So that's the and Darkopolitan.
Lichis Royale.
And Darkopolitan. So that's
Lichis
all your
Martini.
cocktail selection. Yeah. He says to you, you ask him how. What did you ask him exactly? How do you get a cocktail? You want a cocktail out?
Yeah, the one above, yeah, the red one.
I'm sorry, sir, but that cocktail is only for guest from the king himself, his friends, personal friends.
I'm sorry. Who do you think you're talking to? And I'll point towards the crowd.
Okay. Do you want a bonus action actually materialize the crown? I assume normally he.
We can't hear you there. What did you say?
Oh, really? Oh no, why?
I cut off like halfway.
Yeah, you cut off. You
Okay.
cut off at the end.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it okay now?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's worrisome.
Okay.
Okay.
It was
he's-
final this time. He just now.
Yeah, he says to you, when he materializes the crown and he looks at the crown. Make a persuasion check at advantage.
Alright. If you had to be good at something, might as well do this with advantage. Woo! Nat 20.
Okay. He says, that cocktail is the king's favorite. Banzarovich Sunrise. Banzarovich Sunrise. So you know if a sunrise happens in a vampire.
What was that? A sunrise happens then?
On a vampire, he will die immediately, obviously. So that's probably why he likes the name so much.
Well then, why don't you make me one?
All right. Right away, sir.
And how do I get up there?
Wait and see. What about your cake sniffing friends? Any cocktail for them? Is it?
Just the same.
They are not friends of the king. I cannot do the same for them.
Again, I'm going to tell you
sir.
once again, I'll point towards the crown. You do not decide who the friends of the king are. I decide who the friends of the kings are.
Okay. Make a persuasion advantage this time again. Actually, the last time it just happened because you materialized the crown. But do it perception check at advantage.
Ah! Come on! No, not this time. It's a 6.
Okay. All right. What is the roll?
Just a 6. I don't know why it's not rolling.
Yeah, it's not appearing now.
Let me
no worries.
see,
6.
I'll
Yeah, that's
refresh.
perfect. Cool.
Yeah.
He says no. And with his asshole voice, you see on his face, he enjoys it. He's one of those.
Real will just turn around, look at the rest of him, and just kind of shrug his shoulders, waiting for the red drink.
As soon as the red drink is done, can I steal it before Akaba Real touches it?
You could definitely try.
I will try that.
Yeah. 1 second, he's like, he gets these bottles, kind of turn around, boo, you don't even see the drinks going into the drink. For you hear the mixing cocktail, and the drink is there. He's pouring it. Then you hear the people going like 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 5, 4, and they all raise their glass as you grab the cocktail, Bloodwick.
Yeah.
They all cheers. God save the king! Yay! And then there is an explosion coming from this huge plasma lamp in the middle of the room. And you see like a wave. All of you and them are disintegrated into ashes. You feel it like your soul leaves your body, and from the outside view, you see your body turns into a corpse and turns into ashes as well as all of them. Everything goes dark for a second, and you are not even there anymore. You are somewhere in between. And slowly, you feel the light illuminates again, and you are back where you were. And everyone is dancing like normal again, like almost like a whoop. You are in the gate, like you enter a few minutes ago, in the same positions. You are not in the bar anymore. You don't have the drinks anymore. Everything has reset, and you just enter the room, and the same woman looks at the 100 people look at you, staring at you, and things seem to be for a second almost like reset itself. Everything.
We do remember what happened, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
You saw this lightning lamp illuminating, blast of energy, killing everyone. I'll give you more. Sway and Real, as you both have blind sight and are very much in touch with death. You saw the souls of all of you. Well, not your one. You disappeared. But all of them, you saw their souls being absorbed into the machine. And at that point, you realize that there is some kind of wires as well on the machine going somewhere. And like almost like tubes, unusual kind of like these guys on the room itself. So the room itself seems to be built to hold this device.
Did this happen to the people on the ceiling as well?
Yeah. Everyone vanished and now reset. They're all there again. Everything seems to be the same.
Yeah, could I make some kind of investigation on the apparatus, whatever the machine?
Yeah,
To
make
see
an
what the cables are?
investigation check. Yeah. Or perception. What about the rest of you?
Oh.
Okay. 23. You've never seen a contraption like this before. However, based on what you saw happening, you gather this is some kind of soul-absorbing energy short burst machine. You aren't sure what it's doing, but it was powered by the souls of these creatures, for sure. And whatever happened triggered the souls. When the souls were absorbed, something happened and everyone died.
Would I be able to disconnect one of the cables or the tube or whatever?
As you look around them, the way it's set up, it seems to be there is just too many. You see like there is cables that seem to be coming from on the bottom. You don't even see them. You see like all these tubes. Imagine like the lamp. There is cables that are underneath the ground.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's kind of like you figure out with your investigation check that these wall tubes kind of all around that seems to be like some kind of organ tubes actually are cables that go on the ceiling and out of the room from the top, like into somewhere else, out of this room.
Okay. So then in that case,
they are built into the
somewhere
wall.
else, I would look the way where are the tubes kind of like on the wall where the tubes are headed, if I see any kind of doors there, any entrance. Perhaps there is some kind of control room for this.
Okay, make a. Let's roll in that investigation. You don't see anything. It goes into the upside down ceiling, but it seems to be no control or anything. It goes beyond this. Whatever this structure was is connected to somewhere higher up.
I meant that I'm looking for if there is some kind of
there is
that looks like an entrance.
There is
towards where the tubes are somewhere connected. So if there is some kind of on that side,
there isn't.
There is not.
Yeah. What about the rest of you? As you are sways concentrating on the machine.
Can I make an Arcana check on what exactly happened in this explosion? Do I feel like it's magical force? Is it an explosion that killed everyone? I think that's what Real and Cabal are discussing. Like, what is this device?
You Cabal can help Real, or you can each make an Arcana check on. Safira, what will you be doing?
I guess I'll walk around the room, around the walls, just to see if there's another exit or anything.
Okay, perfect. So make a perception check or investigation. What about you, Vlad?
I still want this bloody red drink.
So you go there. Same scenario. This time the barman, same. He doesn't recognize you. He tells you the same things. You know at this point that Real is the key for you to get the cocktail.
I'll give him 1 platinum coin.
I'm sorry, sir. No, he doesn't use the French accent. I'm sorry, sir. Money is not an issue. I don't know you. You are the entertainment. I'm not doing cocktail for the entertainment. You are not friends of the king.
I'll take out my axe and put it onto the bar and be like, am I your friend now?
I like you. Make a intimidation check. Okay, and then Cabal with your... Okay, oh no. 3. He looks at you and said, but it's not my call, I'm sorry. I don't want to get sacked because of you. And he kind of like continues making other cocktails. Meantime, Cabal, what is your higher of the...
It's Cabal got, Sway, Real got a 30.
Okay. All right.
No, with
that, So with a 30, he will know that this is... The explosion happened to kill everyone. The explosion came from the same device. And once more, the souls were sucked in and gone somewhere to power something else that just happened to. On the last very second, you also saw the castle fracturing as well. But it's a bit unusual because you are within the fracture, so it's hard to determine. But this was the effect that triggered everything that happened.
With that 30, does he feel like trying to stop or preventing it will help surpass the loop?
With a 30, I'll give you that you think the loop cannot be stopped, but you know how long it's gonna take before it again this time. So whatever you need to do it before that. So you know it's gonna reset again. So you have another 10 minutes until this happens again.
But do we know it's a timer, or is it a trigger? Something triggers it when something happens, or is it timer?
You aren't sure. Yeah. Safira, with your 22 perception check, as you look around the top, it doesn't seem to be anything. Once more, you look upstairs and you see that there is no bar upstairs. So whatever drinks, it all kind of like gets, why is so difficult to get this red drink? You start to think that probably the red drink is the key to whatever or the beginning of the key to overcome this place.
Okay. Can I walk over to Sway?
Okay.
And just say, Sway, do you have a way of disguising yourself? The way you look, the way you're dressed, anything like that?
I mean, yeah, sure. Not sure about the clothes, but I can change myself to look more handsome, if that's what you mean.
Oh, well, I was thinking maybe just the clothes as well.
You look around as you're saying this, and you see all these beautiful nobles with beautiful clothes, and you think to yourself, they look like a punch dead to your level. A dead punch. So you could potentially, perhaps, kidnap one of them and steal their clothes. But that will be up to you.
But there are like upside down on the ceiling, yeah?
There is only 8 of them upside down in the ceiling. The other 100 are all around.
And is the ceiling high, actually?
The ceiling is around 100, well, not 100, but 50 feet high. It's a very high ceiling.
So we don't really see them that well, yeah? So we just see...
No, you see them perfectly. It's enough for you to see them, but not like you are there.
Actually, I can fly. I'm just gonna fly up and try to drag one of them from the ceiling down. By the head.
As you activate your wings, you see all the people in the party starts clapping. Oh, fantastic! Look at that! Finally, some entertainment. And you wanna grab as you start going up. You are pushed back, and you fall back down, almost like absorbed back by the gravity of the room.
Something pulled me back. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. You don't get you fly all the way to where they are, but in the moment you get to their head level, instead of you being able to grab, when you put the hand through to where they will be,
back, yeah?
you are shoot back down. You're still flying up. Your flight hasn't stopped. When you get down, you still got the wings active. Cabal, you were gonna say something actually.
No, that's exactly what I was gonna mention. Like, we need to figure out how to get up there, and if we can just fly up there. But Rail's going to kind of come back to the group and just be like, so I feel like I'm the only person that's going to be able to get a red drink. We seem to be in some sort of loop, and that seems to be some sort of device that's going to suck each person's souls here. Seems like an event that's happened before. How do we get past it is the question. Now, I think the idea is for us to get a drink each. I can potentially find a drink because the bartender likes me, but the rest of you look quite ghastly, so I think it might be a bit difficult for you to get drinks. We could attempt to steal it, but as we can see, we can't get up there. I think the next step would be to find out how to get up there. So, I'm going to get the drink, drink it, and see what happens. And then kind of... hopefully, when we get disintegrated and die again, we can figure something else out. How's that as a plan?
Yeah, sounds good. But before you get the drink, take the pride and show it up your ass.
How dare you speak to the king like that? I will make sure to punish you later, Sway. And he's going to walk off and go to the bartender to get another red drink.
Sway's laughing.
Yeah, he greets you. Hello, sir. How are you doing? He says again, same conversation happened. Crown,
Drink.
cocktail in front of you. Bloodwick is still there. Bloodwick.
I'll say, Real will be like, one
Yeah,
moment, I would just let me drink this and see what happens, and then if it's disgusting, I'll give it to you to drink, okay?
Better hurry up, otherwise I'm gonna break every single bottle in here.
Okay. And he's gonna take the glass and take a sip.
As you take a sip,
make an insight check. Actually, real. I'll give you this one for free, just because I want you guys to figure it out.
Insight.
Insight or intelligence check,
Who?
whichever. Only real.
Okay.
Then that's 21. If it's
Okay.
intelligence.
You think how much of the drink do you need to drink? And
Well-
what is the drink does? And as he sips the drink, out of the sudden, real is not there anymore. And real, you are on the top floor, upside down, with the nobles. You kind of go like whoop, and vanish, and you reappear upstairs on the gravity upside down room. The cocktail is in your hand. Actually, that's a good point. Did you take the cocktail? You have you will have had time to leave it in the bar.
No, not in this instant. He wouldn't have thought of that. He's just drinking
All
it.
right.
And
So yeah, you see real disappear, and you appear real on the upside down room. These nobles greet you. Oh, another friend of the king, and they all like kind of this pompous kind of performance and introduce themselves, kind of courtesy to you and all this kind of thing. Real, and you all see him there, up there.
I look down, wave at him, wave at everyone.
And
All right.
then 12, 11,
Oh no.
10,
As this is
9,
happening, can I
8.
grab a lady through the portal?
Oh, the portal to go back.
Yes, in the other room.
Okay, sure. Yeah, definitely. You do that. Real, make a perception check, actually, as you are up there.
Real
Once
making
more, yeah.
perception.
I know that's not Real's forte. Or investigation, whichever one.
It's
Wow.
fine. It's a natural 20 anyway.
Ooh, wow. As the last, before 2 seconds before the last gong, you look at the orchestra and you notice on the drums of the orchestra people, there is a tiny blue ethereal hole that just appears 2 seconds before the last gong, and then the explosion happens again. Saphira, you go through as the explosion happens, just like in a slow motion, as all of you, poof, your soul comes out of your body, and you see yourself being disintegrated. Saphira, you grab this woman, you go through, you think, oh yes, I got her. And as you look at your hand, it's ash, but you are intact yourself. But then you look at your hand, and you were not fast enough, and half of your hand is gone, like almost like if you lost from the elbow up.
Oh, dude.
All that part is disappeared into ash with her. And as you look at yourself and see that, and all of you are starting to figure out the cocktail, everything is dark. I think that will be a good place to take a break, as you almost got this puzzle now. Don't go anywhere. Please, we'll be back shortly. Thank you guys for playing. Thanks for watching. Let's go on a little.
All right, and we are live. Thank you for watching. Thanks for being here, guys. Just return into the dread Avernus as they figured out at this point almost the complete puzzle. They must order sunrise, Banzarovich sunrise cocktail, drink it to go to the upside down floor, and in there the ethereal gaze opens just for a couple of seconds as the last bell of the gong goes, of this weird clockwork counterwise counting cheers that the people do, and just as they cheers, everyone vanishes into. Yeah.
Okay, so
All
we're
right.
back.
So, you are back. You are where you were last we left off. You were in the bar, real. You drank your cocktail, went upstairs, and Safira You are there. Let's go back to you, Safira. You are there on the other room that you just exit the hall into this room with sofas and stuff. You're missing your hand, your arm, half of your arm. What would you like to do? He keeps cutting me off. I don't know why, actually. It's a shame. Yeah.
Before going back, I'm just gonna go back in because there's nothing in that room, and I'm missing limbs. So let's see what happens if I go back in.
Okay.
Just remove the
All
noise
right.
cancellation.
Mm,
That will solve it.
yeah. Let me just try that, actually. Yes, Safira, you go back in. As you go back through the portal, as you enter the room, you all reunited as all of you reappear on the room. As you reappear, Safira, they reappear and you enter. You slowly grows back.
That's
Okay.
good then.
Oh, back down here again. Okay. Well, this is what Real's saying. I think I found the exit. I think what we need to do is drink from the red glass. I'll order it again, get some straws. We all drink it together, wait for the last 2 seconds before we jump into the drummer's drum, which is where the portal is.
How
Just
big is that portal?
it
Are we-
looked pretty small, but I'm not entirely too sure. Maybe it's just a fragment of something that could be potentially bigger, or we may have to shrink ourselves. But I haven't got that far yet.
I'll give you real with knowledge of magic. On this case, it's likely that size might not matter. Maybe you might be just by touching the portal, you'll go through.
Yeah, have you ever heard people say size doesn't really matter? I mean, that's kind of the same situation here. You know, it's the performance and how you use it. So I think once
That's a lie.
Why would that be a lie?
I don't know. That's what I heard. But yeah, go for it. Go.
Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna go get a drink. You see him saunter off to go get the Von Zarovich's sunrise.
Okay. Yeah,
I'll order it by name.
Yeah, amazing. As you order it by name, there is he's the asshole zombie barman, kind of like it's like a little bow kind of thing to you as he sees the crown straight away and gathers friends with Azalin Rex the king. And yeah, your cocktail is given to you. It's serving a long drink with lots of ice.
And 9 straws, please.
He looks at you, says, first he's reluctant to give it to you, but you see him, he takes the straws and he kind of like with this scornful face kind of drops them in the bar.
I'll pick them up. I'll put them all in the drink and bring it over to the rest of the group. All right. All gather around, take a straw, and make sure you suck and drink it.
All right. All of you have a...
Oh, we couldn't hear you. Say that again.
That's all of you drinking at once. Give me 1 second, actually. I know this is going to fuck up the stream, but let me restart Discord, okay?
Sure.
Just quickly. Sorry for that. Because I changed the voice cancellation thing, but it's still not... It keeps cutting me off at the end. Just 1 second. Yeah, I'll be right back.
Okay.
I have a question, Mo. Was Cabal inspired by any characters from games or movies?
When I thought about a blood hunter, I was just like, I honestly, my thought was just directing towards, Van Helsing or D the vampire hunter in terms of anime and stuff like that. Just someone who goes around hunting creatures that don't belong and stuff like that. And yeah, it's kind of derived off that. But apart from that,
Oh, okay.
nothing too extravagant. He just became, yeah. I think if we were still kind of, a lot has developed through the story, so he's changed a little bit.
Okay.
And more trusting around, because he used to do everything solo, and then
Yeah.
eventually when he found his his
Best
companion,
friend's wife.
his friend, no,
Yeah.
Senna again.
Why are you laughing? It's true.
Yeah, no, it's a
Cabal
good
is my
one.
best friend.
he kind of saw the difference and started changing and started thinking, okay, maybe I should rely more on the people that I'm stuck here with and surrounded with and stuff like that. So he's been doing that.
Is that better actually? Is he still cutting me off?
Not at the moment. You sound good.
Yeah. Okay. All right. You might need to adjust my video on the screen. It's gone red there. I don't know. Sorry for that. I hope I
No.
haven't fucked up something.
Should be
But my
fine.
little image is gone. Oh wait. Anyway. Now I'm back there. Cool. All right. So as you guys drink this drink with all simultaneously, all of you are transported to the other floor, to the upside down floor, and you all kind of like almost like a reverse gravity spell kind of just takes place in the moment you drink the drink. And now once more, as you are there, you have a few seconds, still got like maybe 2 minutes before the place resets itself again.
Real will point towards where he saw the portal, and we'll start making our way towards there.
Okay. Saphira and Lilith, you two that have the highest passive perception, make a perception check. Anyone can roll for Neil. I'll tell you what the modifier is. Just please someone roll a d20 and add +12 to it for Lilith as well.
I'll roll for her
Wow.
now.
Fucking hell, amazing. Okay, yep.
Oh.
All right. Okay, perfect. So the second one is Saphira, Lilith.
First one, Saphira. Second, Lilith. Yeah.
Oh wow, you have the same modifier. Amazing. Okay, so all of you who made the perception check, actually, Real, Saphira, and Lilith, you all see the tiny spider once more on there where the gate is, kind of beckoning you with one tiny leg that is kind of like coming out of it, for you to come.
Oh look, there's your little critter friend, Saphira.
Yeah, there he is. I just kind of signed thank you back.
He kind of like tiny spider moves the head and he kind of signs for you to make haste, and then you start hitting 12, 11, 10.
Let's go. Let's
9.
go.
Okay.
Okay.
Come on, and I'll grab like Bloodwick as I see him stuffing himself with food, and I'm just like, come on.
Okay. All together, as just on time, you see for a second as you are running towards the portal how it's a tiny little dot, and then in the moment you all touch it just in time, you are sucked in, and the last thing you hear is this kind of wave where you know that everyone just died and have been sucked in again, but you escape the portal. And as you do, let me just give you visual and move you to where you are. There is a million of you there, so let me just do it like this, okay? Just hold on 1 second. Your icons will disappear for a second, but they will be back. As you guys enter in the portal, you have a second to discuss with each other. Before you
As you enter, the last thing you saw was the explosion and heard, but the first thing you notice is that the room itself seems to be a lab of some sort. And I'll describe the room. 1 second. Let me just do one thing at a time. Okay. And I reveal. Okay, reveal. One sec. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you are in this room that you see on the map now. Okay. Let me just change this. Yeah, perfect. And now this. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. So you are in a large room divided into several sections. Each section is filled with shelves and long tables. There is only one chair in the entire room that is on top. It has a heavy leather straps for arms and legs, potentially for someone to be tied up there. Tied up in the chair, there is a corpse with exploded head, like something burst out of it. His head is just it smells of rotten meat. There is all the undead corpses all around, all with broken, burst heads. You see several cloned experiments, like different creatures and stuff like that, like in weird liquids and insects, worms, lizards. There is glassware of different weird shapes, sizes, and various magical instruments and jars, experiments of all sorts of heads on jars. As you keep looking around, you notice as well that some of these creatures seem to be preserved in a blue liquid. And in there, you see what it seems to be the fetus of a baby dragon in one of the vessels on this blue liquid. Also, you see as well that there is chains as well, like some big creature was chained at some point. And also, lastly, you see that on the floor there is this weird insectoid red tadpole kind of creatures that are plaguing the floor. There is lots of them on the floor. I'll show you how they look like. They look like that. Oh, sorry, wrong one. I'll make it large. Yeah.
They look disgustingly cute.
Yeah, that's what they look like. Some of them kind of sniff you around, but they don't seem to get close. They are, in terms of level, these creatures are, you could crush it with stepping on them. They are very delicate, and you see that that's why they're not getting close to you.
Could I assume that these creatures are the things that exploded out of the minds of these other beings, the dead corpses?
Okay.
Can I make a medicine check or something?
Yeah, you could do a medicine or nature or arcana, whichever one, all of you. Actually, if any of you want to investigate the room, there is a lot of things to investigate here. So please go. Safira, maybe? What would you like to be doing?
I would like to look for my special item, just in case.
You actually got it.
Did I?
Yeah, but it was on the necrotic room. I don't remember if it was you who did it, actually.
I think it was Neil.
Yeah, so Neil got it for you. You have your encrusted ball gem thingy. However, there is quite a bit of necromancy coming from it. So you know that it might not be perfect, but it's better than nothing.
Okay.
She gathered that there might be some tiny drawback to it.
Not sure if I want to risk it. Can I keep looking? See
I will
if...
tell you out of game, that's the one you're getting. 'Cause
Okay.
he actually made a fair roll. He pushed the roll, and then he kind of like, it was like one of those situations. So he agreed with it. So
Okay.
being a good DM is a tiny thing to it, but it's not that bad, you know.
Okay.
I mean, he
But,
said that
yeah.
about Rill, and Rill died. So.
Oh no!
Oh,
Damn it.
But anyway, okay. This good room looks a little bit more confusing than the rest, so let me just get it right. So there
In
is a
terms of what
person.
you see on the room, the drawings and the forget too much how the room looks
Yeah,
like. This
sure,
one
sure.
is not very accurate how
Yeah,
it
yeah.
looks like. But
So there's a chair in the middle with a corpse sitting on it with his head
yeah,
explosion.
underneath the chair there is a carpet, and the chair is all finely decorated, like someone was strapped to it.
Okay, and then all around, around, there are scattered
There
bodies
is
everywhere.
shelves, bodies, broken kind of like jars that contain creatures on them. There is one of those jars has a baby dragon fetus on it, and there is other shelves full of things, you know. So you will have to go around and explore a little.
You might want to see what you can do with the baby fetus dragon. Yulia,
Yeah, actually, out of game Saphira, you have the shell of the actual other cracked dragon egg. You found that it was identical to the one you once had, but it seems a bit unlikable. You know, each of these dragon shells are completely unique and different to each other. That's something everyone knows, as you have been around in the forest and stuff like that. And you realize this eggshell was not unique. It was actually identical to the one you carried in the milieu, dropped and broke, and the spirit went inside you. On there, you found notes saying that the corpse, the fetus of this dragon, was inside the Illithid experimentation lab. That you think that's where you are.
Okay.
So let's go one by one. Cabal, you were first. What would you like to be doing? You did the Arcana check, that was for real. But what is yourself maybe want to do?
So I did the nature check just to kind of figure out if these little creatures that are scurrying around came out of the heads of these.
With a 15, you think that they did not. They are slightly different. This one seems to be an experiment gone wrong, but it doesn't seem to be the way the creatures are burst and stuff. They seem to be some kind of illicit kind of style, like brain devourers or something like that.
Okay, cool. All right.
But whatever came out of there is dead. You see corpses like goo, and kind of like it's been quite a while, like maybe a few months since whatever happened here happened.
All right. Rill's just investigating the room to see if he can potentially spot another portal or see if there's any documentation around.
Perfect. So Rill investigates that. Then Saphira, what would you like to do? Then we move to Bloodwig, and then you, Tom. Let's switch around if it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
So Saphira, what will you be doing?
Um,
The voice within your head, the dragon spirit, will tell you, "Oh, we found it. We must grab that, Saphira." Like with an ominous good dragon voice. We already have the shell. We might need this on the future. That's the same thing it told you. That's why you took the eggshell
Okay.
before.
And this is the dragon, the good dragon, the neutral kind of.
You think the one that is within you is the neutral one. You knew there was one that died. On the last game, you found research where Asalin Rex tried to resurrect this dragon by all way means possible, and he was unsuccessful. You also know that he found the Eye of Vecna somehow, Asalin Rex, and that's how everything started for him.
Okay.
However, I'll give you that as well, as you were all there. It strikes you, how come Asalin has the Eye of Vecna if the Eye of Vecna was locked in the Amber Temple? And when Real asked for something, Neferon got it for you from a very secure, locked place. So how come at the same time, almost, or a few months before, Asalin had it? It doesn't make sense. But with all that, please, Safira, I'll shut up. What would you like to do?
I guess I will approach the dragon baby fetus and look at it, see if there's anything magical around it, and then if it feels safe, I will grab it.
Okay, let's say with your passive arcana, you and nature and stuff, you gather is just preserved in some kind of liquid. There is nothing magical. You see signs of different types of techniques, and like he's been. There is like little incisions where maybe potentially things were tried for him to come back, but nothing of interest or anything seems to be.
Okay. And are there any notes around there or on the desk around it about the dragon and any of the experiments?
You see, actually, you don't see notes, but you see actually a bunch of scrolls, actually. But make an investigation check or perception, and that will determine, see if you find, well, the rest of you, let's move to Bloodwick, like we said. What will Bloodwick be doing?
He would just he's not sure actually. He's just gonna be himself, chilling and tired from going through all these rules that keep getting killed.
Okay.
Yeah, he's getting a bit of a headache. I'm just not sure what's happening.
All right. Okay, cool. If you want, you could help Sway to give him advantage as he's looking around. You could be pointing out to him places or things like that if you want. But you don't have to.
I'll just help him while I got a headache.
All right, perfect. Yeah, so you see Bloodwick there kind of like sitting on the floor in this room and stuff. And Sway, what will you be doing? You will have advantage if you do any checks.
Just while the others checking the stations, I mean, this is all kind of more like magic and chemistry and stuff like that, so we don't know much about. So I'm just gonna, meantime, look for another exit from this room.
All right, okay. So make an investigation or perception at advantage, as Bloodwick is kind of like with this headache. He's kind of helping you and unhelping you at the same time, but yeah.
About the same.
Okay, so we'll go on an order. So first of all, it was
I could use my inspiration to add something.
I'll tell you that's high enough.
Okay.
No worries. Okay, so first was you, Cabal. You were looking for, with Real, yeah, for things. Is that correct? Mo?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, you were first, so you were looking around the things, right?
I had a question, actually. I'm going way back. I remember when we were in the Amber Temple, and when we were resting, Real went into another room and put something in a chest. I'm trying to recall what he did there.
Out of game, you guys are unaware of this. Out of game, that was Real's phylactery to have a clone. So Real has a clone. None of you know on game, but he made a clone spell. So if he dies, his clone eventually will come back. So he actually found the containment to do that.
Ah, that's what it was. Okay, so he's not the traitor yet. Okay, got it.
He never told you.
Fair enough. It's just this talk about you, the Amber Temple and the Eye, just got me thinking.
Of course.
Okay. I'm not too sure what to do in this situation.
So
Any ideas? Yeah.
You see a lot of things to investigate. So if you are not sure, you could just look around to see what you find.
I think we'll just Cabal and Real will just continue to kind of investigate around to see if they can find anything.
All right.
Well,
perfect.
Nope. And then Real.
This could be like a group check kind of thing, as all of you seem to be doing similar. I'll go with what you find first as a team, yeah? As you are looking for objects and things like that, right, Safira? I just want to make sure. You are looking for things to the scrolls, right? And papers and things like that.
Yep.
Yeah? Okay. So you all find as a group 2 potions of greater healing. I'll write it down after. 2 potions of greater healing. A red ion stone. So one of you could attune to it, and your dexterity will increase by 2, like the big number. You find wizard spell scrolls, magic missile, phantasmal force, charm person, wall of fog, invisibility, and shield. And then you find a cleric scrolls as well. You find darkness, protection from evil and good, remove curse, hold person, and one that you don't recognize. It's an unusual looking spell. As you try to read it, Safira, as you are the one doing there, with a bit of time, eventually you gather this spell is called Iron Maiden, and it's a cleric spell that you've never heard of.
I
what
think
a
I have that actually.
what a shame.
I think I actually have it prepared.
I know, yeah. This is the one that let's say is for druids too, because it's there. So now that you've unlocked it, you potentially could prepare it to Safira.
I already have it prepared.
I know, that's a mistake. I remember we talked about it because I was looking for a version of it because it's a homebrew spell in D&D Beyond that by me making it favorite, it appears on all my campaigns. On my players, on our players on Choose Them All can tell you that they keep saying, "Oh, what is this spell? Iron Maiden." But it's just, yeah. So yeah, that's you now got it. So I wish Neil was here
Interesting.
because he really was asking me for this since forever, since day one, I think.
That's why I said what a shame, because he was,
know,
it was
right?
for him to, it was his spell. Okay, there's a
So
whole lot
I'll
of
write it down.
scrolls, some magical items, couple of greater healing potions. All right.
Yeah, I'll write it here for you guys. Okay, and I will put it on Discord too. So then when Martin or whoever, then it will be there last week for next week as well. Okay.
Okay.
So you guys can add it to whatever and distribute it.
No worries. I think in terms of the deep, I don't think Cabal can really, Enreal, I don't think is going to attune to anything else. He's got the thing, so just mark them. What has he got? Belts. Yeah, so they won't be able to use it anyway. So, but I think maybe Sway, or I don't know what Yulia's what Saphira's attuned to. Would she have any?
I don't.
Yeah, she doesn't. Okay. What about Bloodwick?
Do you have attunement slots, Bloodwick? Free. I think Buzz might have a headache for real, actually, as well as Bloodwick Tortoma, I think. I hope he's okay. You there, Buzz?
Sorry, what was that?
That there is you found a magical item. Mo is asking if you have attunement slots free to actually attune to it.
I don't think I did, because I got the sunbeam.
Yeah, I'll check for you. It might not be attunement. Just for now, just don't worry too much about this. We can discuss it out of stream and then figure it out who wants it. Okay.
Probably Sway, but yeah. Okay.
But Sway, as you investigate the floor and where an exit is, you notice that underneath the chair there is a carpet, and on this carpet you saw that a couple of these critters actually went underneath. So it seems to be some kind of little hole that they made.
Okay, so once I realize that, I'm just gonna come help me, and I ask him to kind of to move the chair with the corpse on the side of the carpet.
All right, I'll do that.
Okay, and just to confirm, Safira, you took the baby dragon thingy.
I did, yes.
Okay. As you help Sway and start moving the furniture and stuff, you look through, and in the moment you move the furniture, you see that there is an ethereal gate just there.
Simple. Acquisition room. Time to see what's in the other door. Could we take a short rest here? I think maybe it might be a good
Sure,
idea.
yeah, you could do,
Yes.
definitely. You
Yeah,
can
I
roll
think we're
some
gonna-
die if you have whatever
Nope,
hit die you need
Don't
to.
have any die, but I need more HP, so I'm gonna do that.
So
66.
let me actually adjust the time. So let's say
Another 17 HP.
1
I like
hour
that.
in the
Great.
other room, 1 hour in the throne room. So that's 2 plus the short rest, 3 hours now. Okay. So plus 3 hours.
Right.
So it
the
is 4:30 in the morning now.
Take short rest. Confirm. Okay. I don't know what that affects. Rails.
10 hours awake now.
But Cabal needs a short rest because he wants to get his stuff back. So short rest. Short rest. Confirm. Great.
Perfect.
Okay. Now I won't know if the imps there again. By the way. So I've lost that. I've lost the tether. I think. Let me double check.
Oh, that's it. Resets.
I'll check.
All right. I assume you all going once more, right? Unison.
Mhm.
And as you all do, you find yourselves on what it seems to be an executioner's chamber. It's a large open room filled with devices used to execute prisoners, including a guillotine, an impaling spear, a medieval dunk tank for drowning, a chopping block for executioner's axe, and iron poles, all dry firewood for burning. So it's pretty much a torture. Different ways. There is like a butcher's bab in there, like all these different
These guys know
torture.
how to party, yeah?
Yeah, pretty much. So it's like a hardcore. But this room, you see that there is seems to be outside. It's like a whole piece is floating. This part, and you see that there is a stairs that go to a higher floor.
Okay. The brand stays actually. It doesn't. It doesn't.
Oh,
dismiss.
amazing. Okay. So I'll reveal the room, but you guys, as you investigate the room around, you gather there is nothing of interest in here at all. Just like all rusty weapons and stuff like that. And it is that room there that I just revealed.
Interesting.
I think I didn't forget anyone. Yeah, no, I didn't. Okay. Yeah. So you all there in this. Oh no, there is something a commoner that got infiltrated
Yeah, I
into
think
your
that.
band. Damn it! There is a
Hi.
commoner there. Hey, is the woman with the missing half body, Safira? You've been carrying her around. No. Okay. And you see that there is a terrace. You see, like you actually see on the map, there's an outer area here.
Hmm. Okay. Let's go head down there and
Okay.
kind of go down the
As
stairs.
Yeah, okay. As you start moving around, you find a room of silence. You kind of like, there is like an outer space, and you kind of go around. You look up, you can see there is a second floor. You are in a turret, like a piece of a tower, cut off. So you are on the kind of like 2 floors below the actual pointy roof of the tower,
Yeah.
and it's like a pointy elliptical turret. And as you look up, you see that it's a stairs going up. You are at the moment on this room of silence, and as you try to speak, you actually realize there is no sounds here. Everything is muffled. There is some kind of magic there, but nothing else of interest. As you keep going around, actually, go ahead, Mo.
We are. Let me just double check. No, what was it called? Ritual. How long does it last? I only lasted 1 hour. Um, just in case. Real's going to just point and wait for a moment, and he's going to do the kind of tethering of the kind of minds once again, and cast a ritual spell. And he's going to cast.
Okay, to
Ri-
make everyone be able to communicate telepathically. Yeah.
That is right. Yes.
Oh, nice.
So I'll keep that in mind just in case this kind of continues on into the next room or something like that. So yeah.
Okay.
Are you able to cast it though if it needs verbal? If it has a
Actually,
verbal
That
yeah,
is
yeah.
component?
true.
Let's say that you keep moving a little bit and you find another area where there is no silence. Is no problem. But yeah,
Okay.
thank you, Julia. Because there is more rooms. I assume you're gonna keep going, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let me bundle you up and I'll move you where you will be next. As you go on the outside of this place and you pass this room. Oh no, I forgot Cabal. Okay. Everyone except Cabal. I don't know. No one knows why. Okay. And you guys go to this place now on this little balcony there on the corner. You keep escalating and you get to what it seems to be some kind of tower roof house. That is this room there. Inside this room, let me reveal it. You find what it seems to be a circular room with doors to a terrace looking out to the shrouded landscape of Darkon. You actually see past the mist on this room. You see the whole Darkon. There is like lakes and mountains past the mist. It's all kind of like misty and still hard to figure out. But in there is what it seems to be a huge astrolabe like device connected to a huge plasma lamp identical to the one you just saw in the ballroom. There is tubes, kind of cables going down, and there on the floor you see an obelisk, but this one is the size of a liter water bottle, like this size, like a baby obelisk, and it seems to be cracked on the top, like something came out of it. Also, you recognize this unusual, slimy, alien-like jelly on this little baby obelisk.
So
Obsidian is a mini version of the one you saw in the cave in
It's a
Barovia.
It's a mini lubed obelisk.
Yeah, a looped up baby obelisk. Mind you, the tip is missing, so that must have been really, really
Well,
uncomfortable.
someone put it somewhere and it's stuck somewhere. So yeah.
Let me just show you a picture actually of this because what an astrolabe is sounds a bit weird, but I'm gonna show you everything. One second, I have a beautiful picture here. Okay, it's opening really slowly, so I'll move you all. Oh no, yeah, okay, perfect. Cool. And so this is what this thing looks like. One second. Token. Yeah, okay. So I'll make it big so you guys can see it easily. Okay. Yeah, now. So this is what it looks like, the astrolabe. Can you guys see it on the screen? Yeah.
Would Real immediately know what that is? Is it used to navigate the stars and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, he can make. Actually, he will know. He's never seen anything like this, but this is actually some kind of a map of the stars. So whatever happened here, you gather there is the same lamp that was disintegrating the people. There is this actually unusual contraption that seems to be a reflection of the universe of some kind of wild space map of some sort. There is nothing pointed on it, so it's blank kind of thing at the moment. It kind of resets itself. But then there is this cracked thing there. So you could actually assume, all of you, that this is the Ascension site. This is where the place where Asalin Rex escaped the domains of Dread. And the fact that the ball is here, whatever souls is sucked from the ballroom, power this device to bring him or do whatever it happened there.
Yeah, I got you. Interesting.
I'm gonna open everything now because it's no point to. There is more to it.
Okay.
But then, as you explore the room, do you want to keep that monolith? Actually, does anyone want to take that?
I think Real would take it.
Okay. So let me just make a note. Real has the cracked baby pudgy monolith.
The looped up.
Yeah,
Pudgy
looped
monolith.
up, pudgy, cracked monolith. Okay. All right, perfect. And I guess you move to the next room, if it's okay with everyone.
Yeah.
Okay. This room seems to be a crypt. It's a burial crypt. You see dim light from a ceiling sconce cast shadows into the far corner of this room. Dusty tapestries hang from a sagging rods on the wall, centered under the light of a massive stone coffin. All sides are elaborately carved and sculpted.
A crypt can be a bedroom, right? For a vampire.
For a vampire, yeah. Let me just change the porn music. It's really annoying. Okay, it sounds like a lame porn movie. All right. What do you guys like to do?
There's a crypt. There's. What else did you say was around?
So there is. It seems to be like a completely barren room. There is some kind of like flags and iconography of like a Darkonian kind of like royal regalia kind of thing.
Yeah.
Everything carpeted, but there is nothing else. Just the coffin there. Beautiful, kind of like a crypt, square, made of stone with a lid.
Yeah, let's go inspect that, I guess.
Okay. Who would like to be the brave one to open the coffin or attempt to open the coffin?
I'll
Yeah,
do
I'll
it.
check if there is. I would like to check first if it looks like there is some kind of locks or traps or something like that.
Good
Well,
idea.
I was just gonna pee around it and open it.
Oh no. Okay. All right. Perfect. So as you start investigating around, Sway, you hear like a kind of sound like someone is pissing next to you.
Ooh,
Wow.
20.
Okay. With a 33, as you investigate around, you see that there is an inscription on it, clearly inscription, but it's been scratched off, like there was a name in there before, but somehow it's been scratched off. What it seems to be some kind of weapon, like a sword, potentially.
Okay, so
there
if there
is
is
no
some kind
name.
of fireplace or something, I just
Fireplace? No,
yeah,
it's just
if there is fireplace, I just want to take a piece of charcoal and kind of to carefully rub it to see it properly what was written there.
Let's say that you find like there is the scones. You get like a little pieces from the scones, that is the torch that is illuminating the room. You kind of like gather a little bit and try to figure out what is written there. Go ahead and make a fate roll, actually. Let's see if this is successful.
While this is happening, I think Lilith is just going to go over and see where it's scratched off, where Sway shows, and after whatever he's trying to do, try to cast mending on it to see if he could, reforge it to see if he can find a name.
Okay. All right. So let's say that happens simultaneously. So as you look in Sway, you start seeing the first letter. There is an I. After that, there is an R. Then there is some letters from the surname, an N at the end. But then Lilith starts casting the spell and mending this. And it starts to materialize a name. But in the moment, Lilith, you start casting a spell, Bloodwick, you push, like you said, piece on the coffin and open it. So Bloodwick starts pushing the coffin open. Make us athletics check, Bloodwick. At advantage, because the P makes it easier to slide. Very well thought out. It's just looped up the top, so he pees in there to make it easier, slidier. Nice. And with a 29, you start see this coffin is full of riches. There is coins, there is gems, there is so many things. The main thing is a huge sword. But also there is the remains of a corpse. You see that the sword itself animates for a second and it stabs the corpse through the chest. As he does that, the corpse kind of almost awakens, but there is no corpse. It's a spirit on top of the corpse that animates and grabs the sword. And as he does, I need you all to roll initiative.
Oh God.
I'll reveal this. That's the sword. It looks pretty awesome sword. I don't know if you can see the
I
sword.
feel like Bloodwick's gonna want that.
Yeah.
Curse himself again.
Yeah, that's the sword, how it looks like. Similarly looking to Strahd sword somehow, but cooler.
Oh, cooler. Strahd's not gonna like that.
Even cooler. Let me reveal the undead. And you got IR, that's the first two letters, and the last letters as well. I'll tell you, I'll write them down 1 second. Let's do this. AN. Yeah, so you got is a name and a surname. This is the name that is cut off, as Lily didn't have time to finish the ending. It takes.
I think she's just going to continue doing that, you know, as she worked, because she's not going to be in the combat.
This is the last letter.
Yeah.
So it's
IR
two
is
words.
IR.
There's two words. The first one is IR is the first two letters, and the second word, this is the end of the second word. So it would be ... AN at the end. You know.
Okay, cool.
Okay, 1 second. Where was I? Okay, I was gonna reveal the zombie, the ghost spectre. It's quite large in size, and I remind you once more, it has the sword on the hand, wielding the sword. So let's open the initiative here. Turn order.
You remove the old one?
Yeah, actually, before you guys do that, let me remove the old one, okay? Okay, so if you could, I'm sorry for asking you this, a pain in the ass. If you could, guys, re-roll that initiative or use those numbers, but just just roll so it appears your token, yeah. While I add the initiative of this puppy here and add his turn and find his character sheet. Yeah. Let's say that Lilith continues doing the mending, so let's put her there. The ghost seems to ignore her. Van Richten will help Lilith to expedite that process, and he will heal you if you ask him. So in your turn, you have the chance to ask Van Richten for help if you want. If you need healing, he will hold actions to heal you. He can heal one person per round, or he can give you advantage on an attack, one of you. So you guys decide who that person will be. So he could heal, give advantage, or the help action on a check or whatever once per the whole round, you know, for combine. Okay, and the Spectre initiative. Oh, nice. Okay. What is his dexterity? 1 second. Okay. He's got a +2, so 16. He's got the same initiative. What is Real's dexterity?
It is a +3.
Okay, so Real will go first. So let's put the... Yeah, okay. Let's change Real initiative to 17, okay? Yeah, just to make it easy.
Then Kobal's got 17.
Oh, really? Oh, no. Okay. Okay, so let's change yours to 18. Let's do it. Why not?
But then... No, I'm joking. But
yeah, okay. All right, understanding. Do I have everyone? Yeah. Okay, perfect. So, Cabal, you are first.
Yeek.
As you see, this ghost animates itself, rises, and screams with this. Well, prepares to scream. Let's say.
Prepares to scream. All
Yeah,
right.
you see his mouth like opening wide, like aghast. Like he looks like a noble. He's dressed in fine clothes, but he's kind of translucent and bluish, ethereal, incorporeal. But he seems like he was a nice gentleman once. You also notice his head is actually severed, but kind of like reattached after post-mortem, very likely.
All
Very
right.
badly sewn back.
No worries. We'll detach his head once again. I'm going to run. Can you remove that sword picture? Don't
Yeah,
mind.
of course. Let me just.
Please. Thank you.
Yeah. Let's put it there, and I'll put the astrolabe. I'll move the astrolabe as well. Actually, we don't need them anymore. Let's just hide them.
I'm gonna move onto this side. Cabal's gonna bonus action to right of the dawn. Take some D10 damage. And I took only 2 points. That's good. 2
At this
points.
point, the ghost is flying 10 feet on the air, so you can still reach it. But
Yeah. Okay. Great. I was just checking. In that case,
the
I would've
others
moved it.
might find it harder.
And I'm going to extend my spear and do some attacks on it to see if I can hit it. So the light from my spear extends from the blood of my ancestors. Yes,
Okay.
take that, nat 20.
Okay, that's amazing. As with an at 20, yeah, you hit the ghost. Poof.
Let me see if this rolls properly. Yeah. Okay. Well, I rolled a 2. Never mind. 17 points of slashing damage, and then it is undead, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so it's 1, 2, and double that, so 3, 4. I'll do 4
So
d10.
17 points of damage.
And this is radiant damage coming.
Yeah. So you see that the slashing doesn't seem to make as much damage as it should.
That's
So
fine.
he seems to be resistant to it. So
Okay.
17 half is 8, right?
Yeah,
Plus the
and
radiant, 25.
which is 25.
Radiant?
Yeah.
Okay. So 8 and 25 is 33, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna write it down to make it easier. Cool, cool. First attack, so keep going.
Second attack. That's 30 to hit. And slash. And that's 18 slashing damage. Half
Yeah,
that to
amazing.
9.
Yeah, so 9.
And 2d10 coming up.
Okay.
That's 10 points of radiant.
10 points of radiant on top match. Okay, so yeah, a nice 19 on this one.
And because I crit it, I do the slasher feat. So it until the start of my next turn, the target has disadvantage on attack rolls, all attack rolls.
Okay, amazing.
So yeah, that's Cabal's turn. I don't want to take too much time.
Okay, awesome. You see the spectre is like holding the sword, like so angry and kind of like full of hatred and fury, and you see madness on his eyes as well. Real, you are next.
Real. Okay. What does he want to do? I don't know how annoying this guy is going to be. I'm not going to use too much of his spells, so what I'm going to actually do is going to move.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's going to move there. He's going to look at him. He's going to put his hands onto his head. And he's going to try penetrating this creature's mind with a mind sliver.
Oh, nice. Okay. Cool.
So
So remind me intelligence saving throw, I think.
it is Domestic sea intelligence saving throw. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. That will be. He has advantage. It's a magical thingy. Oh no! 11 plus what? I don't think he's gonna pass. Yep. Tell me
DC
what
20.
happens. Yeah, 13. Yeah.
Okay, so he takes 14 psychic damage,
Ooh.
and the target must, if it fails, the next saving throw it makes at the end, before the end of my Real's next turn, it must remove a d4.
Oh, okay. Awesome. All right. Yeah, he seems like take it. You see, he's quite perturbed by it. He grabs the sword. He looks at all of you confused. First of all, I think everyone is within 60 feet of this creature, right? Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. I need all of you. We'll say that Lilith and Van Richten are out of the combat just to make it easier if you guys are okay with it.
Mhm.
So everyone else, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw as you look at this creature. First, it looks so horrendous. And he starts to scream. But before he starts to scream, I need you to do that wisdom saving throw.
I use my inspiration, gain inspiration to reroll.
Anyone who is 15 feet close, less than, 15 feet, has the save at disadvantage.
Gotcha.
So who is within 15 feet?
Me.
That's the last text. So
Just me.
Yeah, just you. Actually, Bloodwig will be there because he pissed. And Sway will be there too, right? Because you were inspecting around the coffin too, you said, Sway,
Yeah.
right? So yeah, you will be... So a disadvantage for you guys. I'm sorry.
Just checking if.
Oh, wow. Oh,
I thought I
no.
cannot roll worse than 3, but
Okay. Make a fate roll. Actually, no, I'm not going to be that mean. Forget about it, but yeah.
does it
Make
come to my table?
Yeah, that's why. But we agree that in combat we're not going to do them because it's too
Fine.
mean.
Okay.
So don't
Kappa,
worry.
wisdom saving throw with disadvantage.
Mhm.
It's a 9.
Okay.
Should he? Ooh. You know what? Why not? I'm just gonna use the D12.
Okay, perfect.
Let's see what happens. Nah, it's just a 12 total.
Okay. So anyone who got lower than a 14 is frightened for a minute. You can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of your turns from this creature. Also, he wails. So as he wails, I need all of you to make a Constitution saving throw. And you have flashbacks of this. The wail sounds like a banshee, even though it's a male. So you think this is really bad, potentially, if you fail.
Do the people only who are frightened have to make the con save?
No, everyone.
Okay.
Everyone who can hear the scream, so I think everyone will be able to hear this. Actually,
15.
constructs and undead don't have to do it. So I'm gonna be nice and says real doesn't have to do it, even though he's not really an undead. Let's say that he's fine.
No, okay.
Just to be nice for this instant.
Con save.
Yeah. The DC on this one is higher. It's not the same than the horrific visage.
Okay, I think that's everyone.
Okay, so that's everyone. So Constitution saving throw, you got that yours too, Sway. Yeah, okay. Actually, only Sway failed. Zafira, what is your Constitution saving throw as well?
20. She got 20.
20, yeah, okay. That's, amazing. 30, nice, amazing. So, all of you are okay, apart from Sway. Sway, the sound starts getting inside your mind and it's painful. You take 42 points of psychic damage.
Damn.
And you are paralyzed until the end of your next turn. So you're out of the combat for a round, pretty much. And 2 rounds. And you take 40 points of psychic damage.
42.
The rest of you who succeed take nothing.
Nice.
And you are fine. And that will be any bonus action from this creature. Yeah, as a bonus action, he will wield the sword towards you, Cabal, and he will try to attack you with the sword
It has.
for one attack.
Well, I'm frightened. That doesn't mean he has advantage, right?
No, I don't think
Well,
so.
then he
It's
has
only you.
Okay, he has disadvantage then because he is.
Okay, but to everyone except you, right?
No, everyone.
Oh, to even you? I thought it was everyone except you.
No, everyone.
Okay, cool.
Because I crit him.
Disadvantage. Yeah, no worries. I'll roll it here. Just to make it easier. And it's got a plus. So it's got a +9, +3. So +11. 9 and 3, yeah, it's +12. Yeah, so 6 plus 12, 18.
18 misses.
Yeah, okay. And you feel like as the sword makes this whooshing sound, and you see almost for a second this effect, Cabal. Even it doesn't actually touch you, you see some of your blood that you drawn and drops go absorbed into the sword.
Okay, Craven Edge, nice. Okay.
And that will finish the creature's turn. He will fly around, potentially provoking opportunity attacks.
Yes.
So it will be only opportunity attack from you, Cabal, because you have reach. Everyone else, he's 10 feet up at this point.
I'm frightened, so it's disadvantage?
Yeah.
Okay.
As long as he's within your line of sight, yeah.
That's a 18?
18 actually hits.
Nice.
So it doesn't go anywhere. As you hit him, he's like, he looks at you angrily, like you feel like your spear somehow is actually puncture him and is holding him in place, just for flavor, if you're okay with it.
Oh wow! I rolled a 1
Nice.
and then I rolled another 1 on my damage as it re-rolled it. And
so this one is 10.
10 slashing to 5 slashing. Half.
5 slash.
And 18 radiant.
And 18 radiant. Okay, perfect. He's starting to look a little bit wounded. It's not majorly, but yeah, a little. And that will end his turn. As he stay in place. So apart from Sway, is anyone else frightened of it? Apart from Cabal, actually?
I think everyone is.
Everyone is frightened of him, yeah. Sway is frightened, Bloodwick is frightened, Saphira is fine, right? She's okay.
Yeah.
But everyone else is frightened.
Yeah, all the melee characters are frightened. Yeah.
Not Real. Real didn't make it, right? Because I said that he was okay, right?
Because he's the king, yeah.
Yeah, because he's an undead. So Bloodwick Turtle, as you look at this creature, you feel unable to get closer to it. However, you could... Yeah, that's a tricky one. Do you have any range attacks? Yeah, you do actually. So what would you like to do? You are not able to move closer to your feared target, so he's 10 feet, 5 feet out of your reach on the air.
Okay.
And you cannot move towards him, but you can still attack him with a range attack without having to move. But physically, the frightened condition stops you from moving closer to it. Let me just make sure, actually.
So my dark crusher can't reach it, yeah?
Yeah, let me just make sure.
It's the opposite. You try to run away from it, no? On your turn.
Yeah. No, that's like more like a 10
Fear.
undead. Disadvantage. Okay, let me see. Frighten. Disadvantage on check and attacks while the sword is on the fear is within your line of sight. Can't willingly move closer to the target of your fear. So yeah, but you are okay for everything else.
Alright, so I'll rage.
Mm-hmm.
I
Okay,
will equip my shield.
Okay. Yeah,
so my
perfect.
AC goes up.
Yeah, actually, that's a bonus action to do. So you could either rage or do that. Your choice.
Right there, I just do the shield.
Okay. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so you do the shield instead. Yeah. You can still do reckless even if you're not raging, right? I think more.
Yeah.
Is that right, Mo?
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. So yeah, you could still negate. So yeah, you're raging. You got your. I mean, you're not raging, but you got your shield in front of you. Yeah, no worries. Oh no, we lost Tom. He just ran out of battery. He's coming right back. So after you do that, what would you like to do?
That's it. I'm done.
Okay. I mean, you have as an action like there is different things you could do, but up to you. Yeah. You wanna dodge in case it tries to hit you?
Actually, just ready an attack if he comes closer to me.
Okay. Yeah. Good. So if the creature gets close to you, you will target reach out. Okay. Cool. All right. Sway. You see, as you look at this creature, he's so frightening. Make an insight check, Sway. As well at the beginning of your. Actually, Bloodwick, at the end of your turn, please make that wisdom saving throw again. You might be okay. The same with you, Cabal. Wisdom saving throw to fight.
It's not in my turn.
Oh yeah, it
It's
hasn't been your turn, but
Yeah.
you, Bloodwick. And Sway, what would you like to do while Bloodwick does? Okay.
Yeah, I
you
got 13.
Yeah, you still frightened. Sorry, the DC is 14, almost. Okay, so what would you like to do? We cannot hear you, Tom. I don't know why. Are you speaking, Tom? Yeah, I think I hear him. What would you like to do, Julia, while Tom gets himself sorted? Maybe we'll just do Julia. Now we can hear you, Tom. Julia needs to go, so let her go first, and then she can go after that. Cool. Please, Julia.
Okay.
Safira.
She's gonna move back
Okay.
there, and then she'll just cast Moonbeam at.
Are you frightened of it? No, yeah? You
No.
are, yeah, as well.
I'm
no,
not.
yeah, you are the only one. Yeah, okay. Moonbeam on it, yeah? Amazing.
Yeah,
on top of it?
Yeah, on top of it. That's just second level.
Okay, perfect. I'll put a little something there. So it will happen on his turn. He will take the damage, potentially. Okay, and that's concentration. Yeah, no worries. Okay, so if you have to go, no worries, baby. Have a good evening. Thank you, and we'll just continue.
Bye.
Bye. Take care. Bye. Thank you for playing, and we'll continue just for a few minutes if you guys are okay, and then we'll. By then you will probably kill the ghost, so we'll push a little if it's okay with you. Yeah, 10 minutes until that more. Is that cool with everyone?
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. All right, so Thomas, Sway, Silver Spear, what would you like to do? You are scared of the creature at the moment, but you can still attack him at disadvantage.
But I'm scared that there was something else, no? I failed both of the checks.
You are. Oh yes, you are actually. Yeah, you are actually paralyzed for the time being for this turn. So, but you can make a Wisdom saving throw at the end to at least to break the frightening.
With advantage?
No. Only that was for the initial one.
Nope.
What did you get?
11.
Okay. Did you use your D12 yet?
Yes.
Did you use your game inspiration?
No.
So you may use it now. It's nearly the end. So go ahead, roll again.
Wisdom. Nope.
Okay, oh, damn it, almost. Cool. And that will finish Sway's turn. Safira took her turn. The thing is there. And then we go back to you, Cabal.
Okay,
As
Cabal.
you are frightened but still standing there.
As I'm trying to, as I kind of look away, I focus on myself, and I bleed. I grab the end of the spear, get some blood on my hand, and I start I'll start like putting symbols on my head as I'll say, "You will not frighten me," and I will cast as a bonus action, Blood Curse of the Exorcist, and
Ooh.
I will amplify it, taking some damage. 1 point of damage. Yeah, I can handle that. And it takes. So I was frightened. So the target, basically, I'm not frightened anymore. And as I amplified
okay.
it, whoever frightened me, that creature takes 3d6 psychic damage. So I'll do
Okay.
that now.
Amazing.
So it takes 10 points of psychic damage, and it must
But
make
you
a
see it like screaming.
Wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Wisdom saving throw. Coming up.
And it has.
It has magic resistance. So this is an ability. Oh dear. Tell us what happens as he fell dramatically.
Then as I now directly look into his eyes, and I say, "No, you will fear me." And as I do that, the creature, the ghost just in fear looks at me and eyes wide open, as this creature is now stunned until the end of my next turn.
Okay. You feel for a second like it tries to feel it free itself as he's immune to being paralyzed, but he's actually not immune to be stunned. So he's like so confused. His head is kind of moving because that's all the thing he can move, you know, like and his jaw and the sword is stuck in there in place. Very nice. Well played.
And now I will gladly strike it with advantage.
Oh, nice.
Now that
Well,
I'm
yeah, you're not frightened anymore. Amazing. Yeah.
no.
Cool.
And yeah, attack!
Exorcist.
It's a lot to hit.
So, which is it an action to do the blood melee? Bonus action, yeah. To
Bonus
the
action,
blood
yeah.
curse. Oh, amazing. Okay.
That one
Nice,
is, yeah.
nice. So that AC, yeah, you hit with the first one. I
So
think.
12 slashing. So
Okay. So 6.
6 slashing with 9 points of radiant, which isn't that great.
Okay. So 15 there. Okay. Perfect.
It's another 33 to hit.
Yeah,
With
definitely hits.
13 slashing, so 6 half. And another 2d10 with another 13 radiant.
Ooh, okay. All right. As you hit the specter with this second blow, you see it's very, very close to dying. Make a fate roll. He's got 1 hit point. I'm gonna
Oh,
be nice,
God.
yeah.
Alright. Nope.
Okay. You kind of like he looks at you, kind of like cocked head, and then his head kind of like falls, and he stays there, and you see like this ethereal form looking at the head, looking up next to you, real. What would you like to do?
I mean,
I feel so bad. This is so wrong, right?
what happened?
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, no, it's okay. No,
What
it's how it is. No, because he feels that real. He's not here now. He's gonna kill the monster. It feels wrong.
Yeah, it's fine. Don't
But
worry.
yeah, I guess
okay.
it's more playing him, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, yeah. I guess we can't do anything else. But he's just gonna be like, he's gonna conjure some flames in his hand, and he's just gonna send a little firebolt towards this creature now.
Ooh, okay. Oh, that's a fun one. Go ahead and actually, you don't need to roll it. As the fireball comes out of his hand and it hits him, you realize the creature is immune to fire. He's got 3 immunities. Fire is one of them. And he's got a bunch of resistance, a lot of resistances.
Wow.
So yeah, that kind of makes sense. And the ghost kind of smiles as the flames kind of like surround him. Anything else from real though?
Well, no, can't do anything else.
Okay. but the monster is the specter is stunned, right? Until and for this turn, yeah, it's
Yeah,
gone.
yeah.
Okay, yeah. No save, no nothing. Okay, awesome. Bloodwick, the head, kind of like looking at you on the floor at this point. What would you like to do? And the specter is there, staring. The head of the
One hit
specter
point,
fell.
guys. Just
it's
kill it.
going.
One hit point,
So
guys.
the body is kind of like stunned, but then the head is looking at you from the floor.
I step on his head.
Okay, you don't need to roll. Let's go. Actually, you know what? Roll a d20 because you could still roll a 1 and then the head could slide or something like that. That would be super funny. No, yeah, that's fine. As you stomp the head, please tell us how you kill this creature.
So I stomp on his head in the puddle of my pee, and I like crush it, squeeze it. Like, you know when you step on the snail and then you kind of like move your foot a little bit as well.
Oh, wow, nice. Yeah, and as you step on it, it becomes this kind of like ectoplasma, kind of like a purpley weird jelly where the head was, and explodes, and the body crumbles, and the sword stands kind of like next to you, and you feel in your head, Bloodwick, I find you, master. And he's speaking in your head to you, Bloodwick, in particularly.
I kind of smile and cheekily, and I pick up the sword.
Yes, master. Gods have found a worthy champion.
What did it just say?
Kaz has found a worthy champion.
Oh no.
And even though you all don't hear it, out of game, you guys know who Kaz is. Kaz is the vampire lieutenant who killed Vecna and cut his hand off and his eye out on his sleep. So this is a vampire enemy number 1 of Vecna.
Interesting.
And I think this will be a good place as you are there holding the sword of Kaz, unknowingly who Kaz is. Actually, make a history check, Bloodwick, because there's been mentions of this before on the game.
Okay.
Sure, with a 14, you aren't sure who it is, but the name Kaz, you know he's an enemy of Vecna for sure. You had on the lore stories, you know, things, even though Vecna is very unknown, you know with your research on the time that you've been in the domains of Dread and what you know about Vecna, you've heard the story of someone who betrayed Vecna called Kaz. He was a vampire. I think Strahd mentioned there was something on him on the castle Ravenloft of his skull and stuff like that in a crypt and different things like that. So yeah, I think that would be a good place for us to finish. Sorry for being stunned, Tom. I know this is so mean. Yeah, but I hope it was okay. And well done, guys. You killed Eirik Salhonen without even knowing it. The ghost, the true Eirik Salhonen. However, remember, his coffin is full of riches. So make sure that you go through that on the next game as well.
Will do.
Very nice. Cool, cool. Did you guys enjoy the game? Was it all good?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, we meet our target. We did all the rooms I had planned for today. Yes. Okay. Very nice. So thank you guys for being there. Thanks for you who are watching us at home. It's a pleasure for us to know that you are there. Thanks to Darren Curtis, James Webster, to my amazing players, and to everyone in the world. Happy Pride once more. Have a good week. We'll see you here back on Sunday. Otherwise, we have Tuesday or Wednesday. We'll be live as well. So until then, stay magical and see you around. Bye-bye. Good night. Say bye, guys. Bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.